Gotta relax.
This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
Human music. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Gotta relax.
This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
Human music. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Gotta relax.
This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
Human music. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Gotta relax.
This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
Human music. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Hello! Oh, wrong screen. There we go. Hello! Ladies and gentlemen, we're back once again. It is Tuesday, and for once, we are actually doing Pokemon. I know, amazing. Hi, Henry. I know you haven't been fed. I know. Hello, Bobby. So it's you're the best. Yeah, it's Tuesday. We're actually doing Pokemon stream because the stars have aligned. So we're getting back into it, which is exciting. We are going to be joined by C0gnitivebard. Oh no, Henry's run away. I was gonna do Henry Cam for a second there. Oh, maybe I can do a sneaky Henry Cam from here. Where is my Henry Cam? Henry Cam in his cute little jacket. Henry the e-boy. Sniffing his slobber hanky. Because he's a slobbery boy. Alright, where were we? He the best boy? Yeah. Well, he's not. He's a shit, but... Ooh, fungus. Yeah. There be a fungus among us. I will catch a fungus. Yeah, he's being a shit at the moment, so we're a little annoyed at him. But all that aside, he's still a beautiful boy. And it's Pokemon Tuesday. We are joined by C0gnitivebard, who is just doing some chatties at the moment. But there's the multi, if you want to see his side of the stream as well as mine. And he will be back shortly. Yeah, naughty antics. So, for those who don't know... Oh, he's back. Hello, Cock.
Adventure.
Adventure. Perfect timing. Yeah, so I was just talking about our naughty Henry boy. For those who don't know, we're looking
Henry.
after a puppy for a friend, and
Asking for a friend.
for a friend, and he was very naughty when we first got him. Within the first 40 minutes of us having him, he had jumped our 6-meter high fence and ran away, and then ran through the wilds, well, technically farms, but ran through the farms for 5 weeks, going... I'm going to have to work out exactly what it is. I'm going to Google it to find out the distance.
Yeah. I would say show us on Google Maps, so then people would know where you live.
Yeah, I don't want people to know where I live.
No, what? Show us on Google Maps, but don't show us where you live. Show us, like, a variable distance. Like, go to a random country that is definitely not where you live. And then just... make the same basic journey so we can get an idea.
Alright, let's...
Just be ridiculous. I can see you doing that. That's ridiculous. We got ourselves some tea to redeem. Artist redeemed a quench earlier, so... Oh, it's hot tea. I burnt myself. But there's my cactus juice.
Alright, if you were walking on foot, it would take you 8 hours. Minimum.
That's not so bad. I could do
Human
that.
walking speed.
I'd be like tired afterwards, but I could do it.
It's 40 kilometers.
We're probably going to have to walk that much when we go camping in the woods.
Yeah, probably. So we did 40 kilometers over the course of... probably much more than that. Over the course of... 5 weeks.
Kilometers is about the size of a very small city.
Yeah. And during that time, he lost a lot of weight. But we got him back, and now he's just being the most naughty, because he keeps trying to break down the door to get out. So he's ripped a hole in the door and, like, broken up all the door frame, and yeah, it's ripping up the lino on the floor. So we've done some fixes. We've secured the door now, and now he's beating up our daughter, our furry daughter.
I need to stop.
He does need to stop because she deserves to be safe in her own home. So we're taking him to puppy training because he needs it, even though he's barely a puppy anymore. How do we get him back? Someone trapped him in a dog run in like an off leash park, which had high fences, and then the ranger came and picked him up. Took him 30 minutes to catch him in this small dog run. So that's how flighty he was, and then they called. They called the vet, and the vet called us. So in the end, we got him. It cost a lot of money to pick him up, because he had to be microchipped and vaccinated, and all these extra things. And then we had to pay the impound fee for him. But that's fine. He's worth the money.
Puppy.
He's just not worth the beating up my daughter. Yes, anyway, Pokemon. We're doing Pokemon things. Cog is currently making his way through somewhere? Through the dungeon? Through the
In the dungeon, I'm trying not to do too much because I don't want too many of my Pokemon to die and need all the potions that you're gonna give me.
In the dungeon.
I'm just occasionally a thing will jump out of the cave at me and I'll give it a fight.
Yep.
Just walking around. Can't even remember how to get to the boss. I did get there, but it's been a month or so.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Been a while since I've been here.
We need that as a sound thing now.
Just us saying it together.
Yeah, as us, like a recording of us singing it.
And then we'll both have it
Oh,
as a
missed you
redemption.
too, Babs.
Oh, the white puppy. I have your picture up in my lounge room, Barbie. Chris saw it when he came to visit.
No.
Just sitting there in my lounge room. I feel kind of bad. I did have to fold the edges a little to fit them into an A4.
Oh, dear.
Just the tiniest bit. I was like, ugh, this hurts me. Folding this hurts me, but it looks good where it is. So, and then I've got another picture that my friend did for me that they gave me for my birthday. That's also on the. It's very beautiful. Starting to get art all over my house.
Yeah.
One of my favorite artists. I feel bad, but I needed to fit it into the A4 thingy. I was like, if I don't get it in here soon, Freya's just gonna rip it to shreds because she rips everything to shreds.
Yeah, she's good like that. So you've already gone through your team a little. This is my team here. I'm only using electric and grass types because that's the challenge run I'm doing at the moment. And I have to have this specific Pikachu, which is very annoying.
Oh yes, I forgot. That's my challenge, is that I have to have a Pikachu with me all the way to the end of all of my playthrough. There's got to be a Pikachu in my party because it's the classic overused Pokemon.
Yeah. If you would like to be named after a Pokemon, I still have one in my party at least that has not been named.
What
so.
was I telling you guys about? He's going to go through the spiel about how you can get yourself named.
If you would like to be named after a Pokemon, it's a long and difficult process requiring legal documentation and contacting your local government. Alternatively, if that's not really your speed, you can have one of our Pokemon named after you. It does streamline the process somewhat.
Okay, so this is the first ad, real fake ad we're going to make. Would you like to be named after a Pokemon?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I've got to start making a list of these. So, for context, we're going to create a series of real fake ads that we're going to play when we're AFK or when our stream is starting.
All right. So we've got
when we're bored.
Real fake ads.
Yeah.
And the first one will be Pokemon name.
Are you making a list now?
Yeah. And then the next one will be
RNGesus.
RNGesus.
Gonna have RNGesus. Yep. Would you like to join a cult?
What'll the next one be?
Ooh. Ooh.
Have you ever woken up and chosen violence? Choosing violence.
Choosing violence. Alright, this is a series of skits. They won't take us very long. We just have to write and record them.
Yeah. We'll have to do like little animations for them, I think is the idea.
Do you think animations?
Yeah.
I like the idea of I think we'll do different ones for different ads.
Yeah,
so
that's
some
fair.
might be animated, some might be us talking to the screen.
Well, I'm sort of appreciating the idea that they're all going to be like really terrible kind of in the same vein of the like Rick and
Fallout?
Morty.
Oh yeah.
The what's it called? Interdimensional cable. So it'll all be
Yeah.
like really choppily, shittily animated, or it'll be just like our head cut out, just like bobbing around the screen.
Oh, I think we should do. I think we should do just different things for different ads. Like it'll be just as ridiculous as like interdimensional cable, but like one of them can be like you interviewing me for, I don't know, imaginary addiction or something. Addicted to licking rocks.
Do you want to lick a
That's
rock?
my story. And then it's just you asking me questions and me responding to the camera deadpan.
Want to buy a rock?
Something like, wanna buy a rock? Wanna buy a rock? This is Cognitive Bard. He's addicted to licking rocks.
He's addicted to licking rocks. Find out where you can buy your nearest rock.
It's like one of those classic smoking ads.
Licking rocks. Not even once.
Licking rocks. I promise our audience that we will have one of these skits done. One of these skits done.
Do not promise anything to our audience.
I'm doing it right now.
Well, then it's on you. It's on you, sir.
Hang on. I'm looking at the date. It is on me. We'll look at the skits and we'll have one done by the end of July, and like we'll be running them on our channels by the end of July.
Yeah,
That's
we could probably do that. I'm still not
That's
promising.
a month. That's
I'm
a
still-
month to
I'm
do
still not
something
promising.
really silly.
I'm
It
still not
doesn't have to be like one of the harder ones that require you to do a whole bunch of art or anything. We can make this work.
We can make it work. Well, we'll probably keep like editing them and get it better over time.
True. That's true. And do like revamps of the same ads.
Yeah.
Go to your nearest rock dealer today.
I can cross some things off my list.
Which one? Oh, your art list.
Checked
Your
out the
project
multi. Done the dwarven violation.
Oh yes.
Well, I
Oh,
need to
gotta
do the
get
proper version, but I've done the silly version at least.
You know what? Has Barbie seen that? Let me just do a redemption here.
Oh, you're gonna make me show it on stream? Okay, sure.
Yeah. You were doing it on stream anyways, right?
I was.
Where is the... You've got so many redemptions
I
now.
have so many redemptions. It's
Why
great.
is showcase the art so... No, that's a link to my work? Okay. Well, where's... Oh, there it is. I can't see the art. There we go.
There you go. Cog can't see the art. Well, let's show you the art then.
So the context for this is we were playing some D&D and I was describing this like this
so
enclave,
stupid.
this place where dwarves had lived and they'd been attacked, and there were like many dwarves dead, strewn around, and one was like laying over a table, and I described him as being violated, and my party took that and assumed that something very, very naughty and very, very, I can't say it on stream, happened to him, and then just had the most ridiculous amount of laughter at that concept. No matter how many times I said, that's not what happened, he just got killed, and it was not fun. So this
was while discussing that there was like giant monstrous rat monsters, like not even like proper Skaven, but like huge monstrous creatures, and that this dwarf had been killed in such a way that it was clear that his body had been violated, and we all took that, because of course we did, to mean that he was
oh yeah, you took
violated.
That. You took that all right.
Violated in that specific way.
You took it.
Especially because that's exactly what Cog said, so that's how we took it.
No, I didn't. I did not say that.
Well, tentacle.
Specifically...
That is the rat's tail there, and then you can see the sort of the body on the side, and then the little.
I didn't notice
nose.
that until the second time I looked at the artwork, and then I saw this tiny little like rat nose, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, he's there. He's had a drink out of his lovely horn. He's put on his maid outfit. He's put on his lipstick and his eyeliner. Look at that.
I can actually bring
Look
up
at those
the animation.
sultry eyes.
I've got
Look at
like
those sultry
I've got
eyes.
a little Skaven animation that is also for this is the joke artwork, but he's gonna make a proper version of this for Project Breakfast Club, which is our animated series retelling our D&D adventures. I can show you guys.
I can show you some shit. Terrible, terrible awfulness.
Look, mine's not actually going to be terrible awfulness. It's just going to be kind of
mean,
like
mine is.
sexy-looking, skaven monstrosities that.
Alright.
And I've got time because Artist has to make his way to me to give me all the potions that he's going to buy for me.
I don't even know where the fuck you are.
I'm inside the cave. with Team
Which
Aqua.
cave? It's been
Team
so
Aqua.
long.
Team Aqua!
Super I don't know where that is.
Well, how do you think I feel? That's why I was scared to leave, because I'd never get back. Welcome to Pokemon Tuesday. Where the score doesn't matter and...
That's a sexy dwarf. Yes, it is.
You're a sexy dwarf, buddy.
I'm gonna catch me. I don't know if I have to do it all one word. Great ball. Just Poke Catch.
I want to do it. Did it work?
You don't have
Nope.
a trainer pass.
Oh.
You need to do exclamation mark Pokemon start. Or Poke start. Oh, you got a tree code.
Yay!
Congratulations. Now you can try.
A tree coat. Oh, that's like an adorable little one.
That's
Hi, like Chaos. I have just finished Sea of Thieves today as promised. It's been now an hour since I started my stream, and you had been playing for just over 8 hours before I
it's now
started my
9
stream.
hours.
So now you have been playing for just about 9 give or take hours.
9
just
give or
only-
take hours.
Give or take, yeah, it's where you give or take hours. It's a lot of hours.
Funny.
So Barbie, if you want to see some sexy animated Skaven, I'm going to be showing them up on my stream here in just a second.
I don't even know
everybody
if I'm
else as
going the
well.
right way. How is it that only Firelight Chaos caught it? Fucking rude. I've had the worst luck with
He's got a
catching.
competition goblin.
I've had the worst fucking luck with this game thing. I was doing so well for ages, and now I'm like doing shit.
For some reason, it's not showing it on my screen.
Can I see what you're catching? You caught a Snorlax. Big fat boy. Chonk. Sir Chonk.
Yeah, I think they prefer the term chunky.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, there is my Instagram. Go and check it out.
My Premiere Pro is struggling a little bit, but it'll catch up.
Will it?
Probably. I hope so. I need to upgrade my computer. I say that every time. It's on the list. Pretty far up there on the list of things to get done.
You've caught your fiance's favorite Pokemon? Well then, now I know what to give him as an anniversary present for us.
Hell yeah. I might actually have a copy of the animated rats in here. I've got them separately, but not animated together, which is sad, because we want to see
It's
them
the
animated
underground, it's the underwater thing, right?
together. Yeah, the underwater thing,
Yeah,
where you have
okay.
to dive down.
Yeah.
If you can know how to get there, because
I don't, but I have an idea. Mine, I think you mean ours? Socialism, come on.
Oh, it's finally caught up. Aha! Alright, I'm just gonna drop over here to my art screen. Boop. And then just get my screen grab.
Frumpy Lumpy used dive.
Lumpy Lumpy.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Oh god damn it, I keep accidentally going back. Just jumping back and forth.
Stop it.
Up here?
Get some help.
Stop it. Get some help. Do I have to come down from Mossy?
Ah, here we go.
Mossvale? Moss something? Mossman?
And here we have animated rats. Animated Skaven people. It's going to be a little bit laggy, but...
we're on our last gym, by the way.
And this is what happened to that poor dwarf.
Jesus, I don't think you can show that on this channel.
I'll turn my camera off for a second so that you
Does
can
he
see
have
it
Does he
easier.
have consent? Well, no. If it's a violation, then it's definitely without consent. So then you can't show that on.
Alright, yeah. So here we go, everybody. This is my animated little clip here, little snippet. Been working on it for our breakfast series. It's just too Skaven. It's just too Skaven. I don't think you've seen this either, artist, have you?
What? No, I haven't.
I don't think you've seen this yet either. Do you wanna,
No,
like...
I haven't. There is the... No, that's the mully. We don't have the mully, we have the multi. Swamp Love!
Let me know when you've got me on the other screen and I'll click play again so you can admire.
I'm getting it up.
I think ironically my art style blends in with yours seamlessly in this particular instance, and these look perfect for what you just
lordy.
have.
Yeah, go on.
Are you ready? Right,
Are they all gonna be like iron jacking? Just like
It looks like that, doesn't it?
Pump it. Yeah, exactly.
It.
That's exactly what they're doing. They're just showing off their guns. Just, the one in front's clearly jerking it a little. The one in the back's like, yeah, check out my abs.
So that's my animation, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that. That is just a hint, a snippet of what we're working on for Breakfast Part 3. We're up to Part 3 now. We've actually managed 2 episodes so far.
Which is impressive given how shit we are at timelines.
Just so bad.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Just trying to, like, recapture the screen. The guinea pig sounds again. Ah, there we go. So here I am.
Anime noises.
The guinea pig noises.
Sure.
Like herd guinea pig. I have had guinea pigs all my life up until I became an adult, really, and moved out of home. Then I upgraded to get rats because rats are cooler. Guinea pigs are easier though. I will not lie. Guinea pigs are much easier to look after than rats. It's because they're stupid. They're just
stupid.
guinea pigs. Yeah, I mean they can be clever, but as a rule, guinea pigs are kind of stupid.
Yeah, they're not clever. They wish they.
They can be. They can do tricks. They can understand. Like you can communicate with them, and they have their own language and stuff. But then it's not on the same level as rats. Rats have a very complex language, and they have a very complex brain when it comes to solving problems. And they're very social little creatures. I've always described owning rats as tiny, tiny little dog cats. They're like a combination of all the best elements of a dog and a cat in a very, very small creature.
Okay, so I ended up in a place I wasn't expecting to end up, so I'm now going to look up the walkthrough so that I don't get lost.
You should throw it on the screen so we can watch your adventure.
I mean, my game is already on the screen.
Alright, I'm going to go through this tunnel over here. Probably get even more lost. Who are you? Where did you come from?
C0g Cabin. That's where we're supposed to be going, isn't it?
I've missed Pokey Tuesday.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. All right.
Oh, this person over here. Who are you? Where do you think you're going?
So I need to be on route 128, which I am not on. All right, where's the closest to 128?
Thunderbolts! Yeah, thunderbolts!
If I've been to
You know,
Evergrande,
I was
that
listening-
would be easier.
I was listening today to
To
what was
Akadaka?
it? Hellraiser. No, yeah,
Oh.
Akadaka's great too, but Hellraiser, but like the anniversary version, and just watching that beautiful animation that they did for it, it's so fucking good.
Fair. Barbie loves your voice.
Have you seen it? Oh, Barbie, I love your voice. Have you seen the animation for Hellraiser, the song?
I don't think so.
Well, I can't play the music, but I can play the animation without getting in trouble. So let me go throw that up for everybody, so people know what I'm talking about while I'm stuck down in here in the cave.
How do I get to... Oh, here we go. Just go across! Oh,
I'd almost be willing to let myself get in trouble with copyright just to
I mean,
show
if
this
you
all off.
put it up, what will likely happen is they'll just mute that section of the VOD. So, you'd probably be alright.
Tempting. Then you have to listen to me singing Hellraiser in the background.
Yeah.
Well,
Someone in the chat of the actual Pokemon game. When will they add Johto? And never. Yes.
Pokemon Johto.
Pokemon Johto.
Alright, so without the music, this is it. The Hellraiser 30th anniversary edition.
Make me
They're
open
just
things.
sitting here. They're playing some video. You wanna watch along? You don't actually have to. As I'm showing this for my stream, I'm gonna show you this later. They're just, having a fun old time, playing some video games, and then suddenly, alien demons invade Los Angeles
Yeah, that makes sense.
and start twisting everybody into demons, like possessing all their bodies. But not Ozzy. Oh no, because he smashes the screen before it can infect him, because he's pissed off at the game. Very Ozzy thing to do, by the way. Fucking love Ozzy Osbourne. What the fuck is a Justin Bieber?
Hey, Hexmonet, how you doing? Welcome.
Also, Ozzy has a cane sword that, like, glows with purple magic.
So, shout out to Hex, who does some awesome art. Go and check out that channel.
Hex is a cool name. Hex is a damn cool name. I will definitely go and check that channel out. We love art streamers around these parts.
You're alright. Doing good. I am doing pretty well. I'm quite tired, but I am happy. Who's your favorite Osborne? Oh, yeah, probably Ozzy.
I don't remember most of them because I'm like, I've got like the brain of a goldfish.
Sharon! Can't fucking feel my legs, Sharon! Kelly Osbourne. I've just heard her say some really stupid things. Is my concern about Kelly Osbourne.
For the longest time,
Being
I'd
happy is
forgotten
good,
that Ozzy bit the head off of a live bat on stage, which I can't condone as a lover of animals, but at the same time, that's pretty fucking metal.
It's pretty hardcore, but it's also kind of hilarious when you realize that he didn't realize it was a live bat.
What?
It was supposed to be a prop bat, originally, and then someone had like swapped it out or something, and so then he went for it, and as is the case, And then after that, he then recreated the stunt a couple of times afterwards with both fake and live bats. So it did end up happening again consciously, but the first time, supposedly, it might be apocryphal in sort of terms of what actually happened, but the story that's always told around it, and has been told by him himself, is that that it wasn't intentional.
Yeah, that would make sense. Like, everything I've seen of Ozzy, he doesn't strike me as the kind to do animal abuse for the sake of animal abuse. Like, maybe getting angry and being unnecessarily violent to something that was pissing him off, but not just on stage for the sake of just biting the head off that.
I mean, they did a lot of edgy shit.
True.
Like, that was kind of their deal. I can see them doing it for the edge factor. Which way did you go when you came into the seafloor cabin? Did you go to the left or to the right?
I went to the right, went down through a tunnel.
Down.
It's alright, we'll close this back down and go back to the Pokemon screen. Because there's a really good moment in here that I don't want to spoil. If you guys are interested, what I was just watching there was the Hellraiser's 30th anniversary edition. Hey, look, there's the New World Artist. 30th anniversary edition. Go look that up on YouTube. It is fantastic. If you're a metalhead, if you're into metal, like a bit of Aussie, it's just...
You're fantastic, buddy.
Ah, well, you know what you are? You're the best around. Oh, you gonna give me potions? Fuck yeah. I love potions.
Alright, here you go.
One small potion. That's what I need. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy! Oh, so worth the journey. So worth it. Hell the razor!
Oh, funny. I make myself laugh.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. 15 hypo potions. Ooh, some revivals. That's good. I clean myself, I make myself laugh.
Oh, that's an adorable bee. I might have to subscribe just to get that bee. We've got a few bees here. These are my bees. And then we've got...
Artist likes to collect bees.
I love bees. That's why I'm married to
That's why
one.
he married one. Yeah.
Did you do it? And then I got all these adorable bees.
In fact, all of these streams are sponsored by Lizzie Bell.
That's the rest of my bees. My bees!
She could be human.
And then I got all these bees. I'm subscribed to James B. Barrow, who is the amazing bee artist. So many bees. It's got to be swarm of bees in a human suit.
Pretty much. What he said.
She's in the other room at the moment, so she's only catching some of this.
She knows what we're saying.
I am talking about you, my beautiful love.
Hey, are you aware that you're married, son?
I'm married. Oh my god. So beautiful? Yeah.
You're married and you're taking your wife to France. That's like the most stereotypically romantic thing you could do.
Damn right. Honeymoon 2.0.
Realistically, it's France, so it's not like that cool, but it's stereotypically cool, so... No.
I'm sure the French would feel differently about that, but...
I'm joking. I'm joking, Fred.
All the French people in the chat just...
I actually do want to visit Paris.
Paris?
Paris. I do want to visit it. I do want to check out the catacombs. And the big pointy
The Kath and
lightning
Kims?
tower.
Thought you didn't like Kath and Kim.
I fucking hate Kath and Kim, okay?
What is your issue with Kath and Kim?
I just hate it so much. So much. It's not good.
Why? Why is it not good?
It's just
What's
all
your
of the
issue?
worst. Okay, so it's all of the worst parts of my culture in one show.
So it's all the boganism.
Yeah, it's so bogan. It's like Housos. I don't like Housos either.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also, Kath and Kim dethroned a show called Double the Fist, which was a show from when I was a young lad, and I
Double
loved
the
that
fist,
show.
sir.
It was
Kinky.
It was ridiculous. It's not as kinky as you think.
Hoo la
It
la.
was,
Doubling
it
the
was
fist, are we?
you haven't ever seen the show Double the Fist? Look it up. It's all on YouTube. Double the Fist. It's a great show. It's a great series. It's really, really
Just keeps
corny.
repeating it.
It's Double the Fist.
Just,
Really on the
just
top.
double the fist. Go on, guys. Just double.
It's just two
two
fists.
fists.
Double the
That's
Fist.
a shot.
Rrrr.
You agree? You hate
It's-
Kath and Kim? Yeah, fair enough. I don't know. I get I
There we go.
understand.
I've got
from a-
overwhelming support. There we go.
overwhelming support. He says,
What are you gonna do about it?
and literally nothing. I don't care enough about Kath and Kim to actually defend it.
Well,
Oh,
that's
Barbie's
good.
not a fan either. That's it. That's majority rule. Gives Australians a bag name. Not all of us are bogan. The vast majority of us are, though.
Now, how do I get
Like
to
most-
Team Aqua?
I had this argument with my sister the other day, or a discussion with my sister the other day. She was talking. There was like
Nope, said it right the first time.
no, it was actually just a discussion. It wasn't an argument. Because in the end, we disagreed with each other, but in the end, we kind of just laughed it off, and agreed to disagree. But we were having some family issues, and having discussions with about like issues with people in general, and the fact that like there's lots of people in the world who are quite immature. There's lots of people in the world who like don't take other people's best interests at heart, or can't deal with like boundaries being put in place and how they get resentful when boundaries are a thing and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, that's because like on the face of it, people generally are inherently bad or inherently like stupid and immature. Like that's most people. And we want to think that people are better. We want to think that like there's good in everyone and that kind of stuff, but like most of the time people are going to be selfish
good
and
in
shitty.
most people.
Yeah, but the inherentness of it is that like there is so much bad in most people, and that they will just be immature and selfish and shitty unless you either guide them to be better or they have someone to guide them to be better. Otherwise, people are going to,
it's
as standard,
ridiculously
be shit.
tiring to try and be good all the time.
People are trash. There you go. See? Hex is on my side. Barbie's on my side. Australia's a multicultural
tiring.
country? Yeah. But it's also very bogan and racist and very, like, full of not well-educated people who, you know, act like Catholic.
That's true. We do have a lot of like cultural issues as well.
Yeah.
Like people fighting and arguing with each other about like just silly things. Really.
And a lot of the multiculturalism is like in the major cities. So
It's stretching
there's,
out though. It
there's
is slowly
large
stretching out.
sections of Australia that aren't really culturally diverse, and that, you know, are quite, even if there's people of different sort of cultures in there, they all sort of still tend to be fairly homogenous in their thinking of like that bogan country. And this is someone who lives in as someone who lives in the country.
Yeah.
So I live in country New South Wales, and it's pretty bad. As someone who has also lived in Sydney and then around the world in the UK and America and You're in Western Australia, it's not as bad as the other states. Is it? Isn't it? Someone got stabbed around the corner from your house. Well, yeah. So, yeah, I live in country New South Wales, sort of around Orange Bathurst area. And there's a school that I used to teach at, and there was an attempted stabbing every week. So, I don't teach at that school anymore.
I came from a country town that was built, or shire, if you will, like a collection of towns that were all built around a mining community. So very, very country, very, very bogany. Not like country, more like rural country, but still, you know, a lot of bogany people, a lot of drug addicts and a lot of stuff like that. So there was just a lot of nastiness happening.
Yep.
A lot of areas you didn't want to be at night or even during the day. And at the local shopping centre, you could always go to the bus stop and you get a good show of people having fist fights. You know, girls beating up on each other, kids trying to get their hands on cigarettes all the time, sneak their way into buses, trying to get you to buy alcohol for them. Like, kid, I'm 16. I'm not now, but at the time this was happening, I was 16. They thought I was older than that for some reason. I don't know. I can't buy you fucking cigarettes, and even if I could, it's not good for your lungs.
Even if I could, why would I wanna?
Yeah, you already sound like an old person.
You already sound like you've had too many.
Yeah. Oh, there's the yellow, like the white submarine. Do I go into the submarine?
We
Or do I
all
go out the
live
store?
in a yellow submarine.
Did I just leave? Artist, I'm lost.
I can't help you. It's been too long. I think that the thing is the right way. I have a feeling that you defeated the person last time at the end or something.
No, I didn't. I got knocked out.
Oh, well then, I don't know. Good luck. Where am I going? Yeah, that way. Okay, I am going in the right direction.
Believe me, if I defeated the person last time, I
Hydrate,
would not
cross
be
check,
here.
thank you.
Prostate
Hydration!
check and hydrate. I'm drinking myself some delicious tea from T2, creme brulee flavored, recommended by my friend
water.
Peachy Gamer.
Make sure you look after yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Self-care
Wait, no,
is important.
I'm not drinking creme brulee. That's not creme brulee.
Creme
It's
brulee.
hard to say that.
Brulee. Brulee.
Yeah,
Creme
that's not
brulee.
creme brulee. That's
Creme
not a
brulee.
creme brulee. No, sorry,
Creme
that's
brulee.
my mint choc mint tea. That is my choc mint tea. Red choc mint. Choc red mint.
Choc red mint. What's red mint?
It's mint that's red.
But how do you have red mint? Because mint is green. Because it comes from mint leaves, which are also
Really?
green.
Clearly, this was mint that's red.
What did you do to it to make it red?
You know, I said nice things to it. a
Bathe
little
it in the
shy.
blood of my enemy.
Choc mint. It is delicious tea. Delicious tea.
At some point, someone's going to have to tell me to show off art again. And I'm going to show off the divination cards that I'm working on.
Ooh, make some divination cards. I actually showed off some of your art before. I don't know if you noticed, but I was like showing off my book a little bit.
No, I wasn't watching.
I didn't show off the particularly naughty piece that I think our friend would not want us to show off on stream.
Yeah, maybe don't show that one off on stream.
Look, there's not really a whole lot of recognizableness to it, but
Oh, Barbie's redeemed. Can't see the art. All right. How best to do this? I'm just gonna open it in Krita.
well,
Send me a
when
pic
mummy
later. No,
artists
no, I'm
and
gonna show it
daddy
off now. I
artists
said I
love
would.
each other very much.
When mummy and daddy artists love each other very, very much, they create little baby arts. Digital artistry.
No, they don't actually have to create little baby arts. They should have a choice. They get a choice, artist. They get a fucking choice. You don't get to decide that they have to create baby arts, alright?
They do, because I said so.
Who do you think you are, the Supreme Court or something?
Oh, too soon.
Oh,
Rough.
You can't
I
tell.
can't.
Yeah,
I can't do the like small incremental. God damn it. Sorry, give me a sec. Should be in view. Zoom function. Ugh. If anyone knows how to use Critter better than me.
Well, farmers would. They use critters to make
They sure do.
cheese and
Cheese, Grommet.
cheese, Grommet.
Yeah, I'll do it this way. We'll zoom in one more, and I'll show them off 3 at a time. So, oh, an Electabuzz. I'm gonna catch me one of them. Pokecatch. Feel free to join in with the thing in the chat there. You just have to press !start Pokestart, and it will allow you to play with us. So yeah, top 3 cards there, and then we've got these bottom ones here. I'm possibly going to redo this just because you can see the artifacting of the paper actually bending on the scan, which I'm unhappy about. Then we have these lovely ones. Oh, you already have a pass. Congratulations.
I told you to take the wizard's path.
I told you to take the wizard's pass. These beetles. I really like these designs of the like bottles with things in. This image, which is on my Instagram, is very, very nice. Cool tree. You like the tree? Yes, the tree is very nice. And then in the next lot.
I would sometimes take some of artist's art that he was doing during his like art months and stuff, and then I would take it into Photoshop and then colorize it because it's very relaxing colorizing art.
Plants.
He's like my own
Yeah, plants are
personal
awesome. We love
color.
plants.
He's like my own personal coloring book.
I am at times, aren't I?
My Shinx that was a Luxio has now gone and turned into a Luxray.
Very nice. The vibe check is currently at 73, if anybody is wondering.
It's a vibe.
That is a vibe. I really like these 3 as a set. They weren't done together at all. They were done for entirely different reasons, but I like the combination of these 3 artworks next to each other. The color balance works really well, and I like that they're like very different images with the same kind of like underpinning theme. It's a nice set.
I'm back in the same place as before.
This is also a very good set. Here.
Where is the goddamn Persian that I need to kill?
Persian?
I mean, knock out.
Where's the Persian?
Are they Persian? There are Persians in Pokemon?
Yeah.
Well, there we go. Now we know.
So you were set one day? Absolutely. Vibe check is just how we're doing. What's going on? How we vibing? Here are some sexy ones.
Such a hipster thing to say.
It is, isn't it?
You gonna sell me a set of tarot cards? Let's go. Especially the
Sure.
sexy one. I want the sexy one.
This one right here.
Well, they're all sexy actually.
This divine agony.
They're all sexy
Boobs.
actually.
Yeah, boobs. We like boobs. Can't go wrong
I
with
do
boobs.
like boobs.
And then these are
Well,
the
you
old
can,
ones that
but
I've
they're
fixed
too
up.
big. You get back problems.
This mushroom,
You can
yeah.
definitely
So
go wrong with boobs.
this mushroom is going to be one of my merch items. So it's going to be on like hoodies and t-shirts, along with this angel
nice.
as well. And then these are all the old ones from before, which I have just done up nicer. So I've fixed the colorization on them and cleaned up some of the lines. So they look a little nicer now. But this is the old set. And once I have finished fixing all of these up and fixed up the border a little, I'm not fully happy with the borders exactly, but they're good. They're just not fully finished. Boobs.
Oops.
But yeah, I will be selling these as I did before. So we'll be making a nicer set that will be for sale. And then my merch stuff will be around, so all of that. More bees. The merch stuff will basically just be some of these images on various different stuff that you can get.
Actually, speaking of merch and shirts, that reminds me that I've got to do a little shout out for the day for the shirt that I'm wearing right now.
Oh yeah.
Let's have a look at this thing. It's so pretty. Look at this. Inspired by an acid trip. Shit you not. Let me see if I can go get his page for you. It's actually, I should be able to, because it's in my About Me section.
Richie Runes.
Clothing brand is Get Funked. This is a good friend of mine's passion project. He is trying to get this business going. He designs these psychedelic and Lovecraftian inspired shirts, and he's going to turn them into hoodies and stuff later on as well. He's just trying to get a few sales off the board so that he can start, really running the business. He's a really cool guy. Let's get some oh, look at this. Hang on a second.
Feel free to chuck a link into my chat as well if you want.
Yeah, I can do. Yeah, so this shirt I'm wearing right now. Right here. Very beautiful,
Right
very
here.
comfortable.
Right now.
Right now. Right here. Right now. I definitely was very supportive. And then over here, we have... We'll just sort of move that over there. Boop. So that it's on the side a little bit more. Yeah, this is artwork right here. This is design. Some pictures. His shirts. They are really cool. And this is another one he was working on. He told me about this. This is the duality of the masculine and the feminine, and how they both have
The Jewel of Fates.
Jewel of Fates, yeah, a little bit. All in the form of the skulls here. It's very cool. And then of course it's got his yin and yang symbolism. He's layered so many different things in, as artists tend to do, and it's very, very impressive, and I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, go and give this guy some support, some love.
Give him some love. There's my
Give him some
Instagram
love.
if you want to go and check that
I
out.
just
ladies and
realized I
gentlemen.
wasn't showing them off properly because I hadn't put the screen on. Here they are. This is the duality design right
Hey,
here. This is
skills. Pro streamer.
Skills. Hey, at least I made sure not to show off anything that I wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, true.
The Facebook.
That's funny. You wish you could
Well,
do
at
digital
least
art
I
for
haven't
merch?
spent a whole stream muted.
Yeah,
so...
I did that. I absolutely did that. I can't talk.
Pro
So
streamers here.
pro streamers. Hey, Hex. So the two options is you can either just have your traditional art be scanned in and then edited slightly and then put up as merch options. Because I have a couple that are just drawn art, because I do traditional art mostly. That's my main forte. But also, you have to go. Your phone's dying. Bye, Bubby. But also, there are a lot of really good artists on Twitch who would happily do commissions and stuff. So if you had something that you wanted in particular, or if you wanted your traditional art turned into a digital piece, you could pay for a sum of money, depending on whom you want to ask. There are lots of people who would do that for you. So don't feel bad if you don't have the merch thing going.
I feel bad in general.
Yeah, don't feel bad in general. There's wonderful things happening in the world.
Yeah.
And some terrible things, but
I was about to say,
Be positive.
wonderful things.
Be positive. There are wonderful things happening in the world all the time.
Okay.
There's people dying.
You say so, sir.
There's wars being started.
Jesus. Jesus.
Ah. I kid.
Bye bye, Bobby.
Bye bye.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
Bye, have a beautiful time. Did I already do this?
I'm so lost.
I don't remember. Oh no, and it's been too long to check the VOD. They'd be on YouTube, but I can't be bothered.
I was about to say, if you put it on YouTube.
Shit. Do I just...
Maybe if you went in and edited some videos out of your VODs.
How dare you? How dare... No, I'm pretty sure I have done this.
Okay, so I'm back to the, like, river puzzle. The, you know, the one with the, like, flowing currents.
I guess if I go back and talk to the people.
It's been a while.
It's been a while
since
I've been
I think
here.
I need to get... Whoop. I think I need to get in there.
That's what she said.
Because... Yeah, that's what she said. This looks different. Oh, but she's coming over to fight me. How did you manage to get here without a submarine? I think she is the one. What an impressive child. But it won't...
She's the one.
Dude, I have you meddling about here. Yeah, this is it. This is the Team Aqua girl, right? She's got pretty red hair and her name's Admin Shelley, so I'm guessing so.
Oh, I did it. I obtained...
See my redhead, miss
Waterfall.
bed, tear shed, queen bee my squeeze. The stage
good
spells,
song.
tells, hell spells, misspells, knocks me on my knees. It didn't hurt, blood squirt, stuff shitting me on a tree. Server countdown, 3 rounds in hell, I'll be in good company. Ooh, goodbye, Pikachu. I think I've got a couple of revives there. Alright, how do I kick that mighty Ina in its dirty, furry bum?
Let me just double check. Matty Enya weaknesses. Because it's a dark type, so it's weak to fighting, fairy, and bug.
Buskin? Maybe? If Combuskin can survive long enough, we'll see.
So what would you do, Hex, if you wanted, if you, in an ideal world, if you could, you know, click your fingers in and have exactly what you wanted for merch? What merch would you have? And Cog, same question.
A merch? For me?
Yeah.
My own merch? As in, like, clothing?
Well, because I've already started making mine, so it's going to be the artworks that I think showcase my skill and my art style on, like, t-shirts and jumpers, and then, like, you know, other things like cups and mugs and things. So I've got the angel, I've got the koi carp, and the mushroom as sort of the first 3. As, like, good ideas, and then I'm going to be expanding from there. So what would you have if you were going to have merch things? I would like to do little sculpture things, but yeah.
If I was going to have my own merch specifically,
Yeah.
I'd probably sell, like, hoods. Like, not hoodies, but hoods, like skull homes. I'd have my own brand of skull homes.
Okay, interesting. I like it.
And they would have different art designs on them. And then also vests, because vests are cool. So, like,
Vests are
various
cool.
different kinds of punk vests, gothic designs and stuff on vests.
So would they be like...
in an ideal world, if I had the money to set myself up with a business with merch
Yeah.
and stuff, those would be the kinds of clothes that I would sort of, I think, because everyone does shirts and everyone does hoodies.
Yeah, they do.
And hats and caps and stuff. So that would
It's
be
cliche.
That would be, yeah.
You're
and
such
I'm
a hipster.
So it's my thing. I
It
like
is,
vests.
yeah. No,
so
yeah.
that's probably what I would do. Maybe
That's awesome.
even shoes as well. Like if I
Oh,
had like
yeah.
click my fingers, good shoes. Because sure, people do shoes, but I could do gothic shoes with
could.
art designs on
You
them.
could. I mean, that's literally a thing you could do. It wouldn't actually be that difficult.
What, designing shoes and then selling them?
Having a shoe company sell you at wholesale a few shoes and then you do art designs on them. That's not a thing that would be like exorbitantly difficult.
Yeah, but I'd have to like do the shoes up and then
yeah.
sell them places.
Yeah.
No, it would need to be a design that a company is putting on there so that like multiple people can get copies of the same one if they want to.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I'm not that good at art, so I can't
You're
really
pretty good at art.
create those kind of...
You're
I'm
pretty
not that good. I'm not like you and Barbie level good. I can't like design shirts and shoes and stuff.
Yeah, but you didn't go to university for art, so there you go.
I haven't been to university at all. I'm a dumb person.
You're one of those Kath and Kims.
I'm one of them Kath and Kims. What talks bad and stuff.
What talks good and stuff. Champagne.
Fucking stored its health. Here we go.
Not sure. Maybe what you're currently working on. Okay, you have a piggy holding a flower. Oh, that's adorable. You make candles, incense, all natural moisturizers, lip balms, crocheted hats.
Oh no,
amigurumi. I'm gonna have to Google that. Merch-wise, shove some of your art on jumpers or something. Yeah, fair. Candles and incense, that's cool. I hadn't even considered candles as an option.
Oh, candles, yeah, hell yeah, I would do candles because very spiritual and candles would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do candles. Or like crystals with like designs on them as well.
Fair enough. Amigurumi. Amigurumi?
How many restores does this thing have?
Many. I'm
doing
pretty
that?
sure they have like an infinite amount. It's just they only use them at certain times. Word is a compound of Japanese words ami meaning crochet or knitted, kurumi meaning wrapped, as in nigurumi, and stuffed doll. Okay, cool. So they're like little crocheted animals or crocheted characters. That's very cool. I would never be able to do something like that. I do not have the patience.
I can knit, but I can't crochet very well.
Yeah. You want to do skulls with crystals coming out of them. Little crochet toys. Yeah, cool. Skulls with crystals coming out of them, as in like actual skulls? With then like crystals stuck in them?
Skull lanterns?
Or like
and stuff?
resin casts. Oh, actual ones. Okay, cool. Yeah, selling that would be difficult. Getting past all the custom requirements. As in like biohazard laws and things like that. But if you could source it safely, I guess it would be doable.
Now we've got the Walrein. She's taken away the Mighty Ina because she realized the Mighty Ina was at a loss and then threw out the Walrein.
Yeah.
Like twice the level of my lightning, but we'll see what we can do.
Oh hey,
So
I don't have work on Thursday anymore.
Oh, lovely.
There's a strike, well, industrial action is technically what it is. So apparently they don't need anybody, which is weird.
Why are they
I don't know why they
fast?
don't need anyone.
Why are they so fast?
Because they're like boss Pokemon, so they're going to be stronger. No, it's fine. Yeah, that's usually the attitude I have, Hex. In WA, you don't need any licensing. You're in a Facebook group that finds roadkill or naturally killed things, clean them up, and sell the bones. Yes. So, within state, it would be perfectly fine. However, the two questions I would have is, A, if you're selling anything interstate or overseas, does that then become a problem? And B, if you're sending this to someone else, is it legally allowed to go through the mail? Because there are biohazard laws. I know that anything that has blood, excrement, or something else of an animal, of any animal, can't be shipped in regular mail. Can, as long as they aren't natives. Okay, interesting. Yeah, because we tried to ship some animal parts around, and we got told off because they weren't prepared, and they weren't packaged properly. Biohazard wise, you know a few people on there who ship calves. Okay, interesting. Dead, of course. Yeah. I'd certainly hope so.
Now, grass is good against water, right? Or is it the other way around?
What?
Grass beats water, right?
Yes, grass does beat water.
Oh, when you said what, I was like, oh shit, I've already done the move.
It hasn't been that long since you played.
Yeah, but I get things mixed up. Sometimes I like things
fair.
are the opposite.
That's fair.
I was doing a test the other day, and I got the blue one. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up again. The red one mixed up with the green one. I answered the question correctly, assuming that my initial idea that the red one was in fact the green one was correct.
Ah,
It wasn't.
right.
Words are hard.
Words are hard. Concepts are hard. Things are hard. And aren't we glad that they are? They do it frozen. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. That would be a proper... interesting. That's
I have
not how
a
I do
feeling that even with all the potions, I'm not going to make it to the gym today, buddy.
that. That's fine.
I'm being absolutely traumatized by this person. I can't even get a move off.
Potion seller. Fetch me your strongest potion. Oh, I see how it works. Okay, I have to crack all of the ice. Oh, I've already fucked this one up. That's right, let's just go back. Cool, let's fight all of these people. Hex, did you end up figuring out your stream delay issues? I haven't had a chance yet to catch the VOD to see how the artwork ended up going, if it finished or not. And I'll have to see if you've got like an Instagram or something so that I can keep track of where you're up to. Bow, bow, meow, meow, meow. So you're struggling, buddy?
Oh, so much. Oh no, and it uses the evo first and it kills me.
I'm gonna get
Ah! Ah! So much struggle.
So much.
I'm about to like get sent back to the thingy again.
Oh, buddy. Do you need to come back and give you some more things?
I don't think potions are gonna save me. I can't even get moves off.
Yeah, fair. You might need to grind. Or I can chuck you some Pokemon.
I'm trying. The Pikachu seemed to do alright. It just needs to be at full health.
Yeah.
Now we've swapped to the other one, which is probably going to have some kind of awful, overpowered move.
Yeah, they all do. That's how it works. You bought a network card to see if that'll fix it. Your PC's over 10 years old. Oh, yeah, that's rough. And you need an upgrade. Yeah. I am very lucky I got an upgrade just as I started streaming. Or shortly afterwards. And everything has been smooth after that point. But yeah, those network issues are a pain in the hole because it's difficult to work out specifically what the problem is, whether or not it's like a network issue, a Wi-Fi issue, or if it's the computer itself that's not handling multiple systems running at once. But it didn't seem like you were doing too much at the same time, so... OBS Studios is still dead. You're trying Streamlabs for your streams now. Fair enough. Yeah, I currently use Streamlabs, and it does pretty well. So... What I would suggest, if you're happy to take advice, is try doing a couple of test streams of just like doing different things on them and seeing what happens to the stream over time. Like get someone to watch it and like within the household, and then get someone to watch it from somewhere else and see if there's a difference. And see what happens when you like change your networking options. So try plugging the Ethernet cable directly into the computer as opposed to using a Wi-Fi if you are using Wi-Fi. And then try having just Streamlabs open and nothing else, and turning off all like the extra things that that Streamlabs likes to have sort of plugged into it. And just have like the really basic stuff on it, and see if it's the data rate that's the issue. There's a bunch of like network speed tests and things like that. See if there's any issue with your like upload speed, because that potentially might be something that's hassling it. And if all of that doesn't work, then it potentially is just the computer, and you might need to look at, some other option. Which sucks, because that's super expensive, and you have to use Wi-Fi, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah,
now if I
sucks.
can just beat the last 2 Pokemon.
Good luck. Do you have a lot of added stuff for viewer engagement? Yeah, exactly. So, trying to lower some of that, just as a test, to see how that goes. Because it might be that, like, your network can't handle... But, again, it seems like a lot of that stuff should be on Twitch's side and not on your side. So it shouldn't be hampering it too much, but... Test all the things, every little bit. How you doing, Cog?
It's a Sharpedo.
Sharpedo. So Sharpedo is... it is actually Sharpedo, but it's water dark, yeah. So, electric, grass... what did we say before? Bug, fairy, something else. Fighting.
Right, so we're going to use Gift as a tank so that I can get another Pokemon in the rink.
Good thinking. Use your revives.
I've only got 4 left, but hopefully, like, with only 1 Pokemon left to fight, I only need 2.
Yeah.
Maybe? Tops. It's also paralyzed at the moment.
Oh, shit.
When it attacked Blue Chew, it paralyzed itself, so...
Oh, good. I thought you meant that, your Pokemon was paralyzed, and I was like,
No, thankfully, I got a break on this one.
Lucky.
It did just bite me, though. Gift is quite tanky.
Yeah, they are quite tanky. Wait for the network card to arrive, and then see if it's the network. Could be the CPU. Yeah, it could be. Unfortunately, it's hard to tell until...
Hello there, General Pokefan. General Pokefan.
General Pokefan.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I've lost Gift. This ain't Emerald. This is Emerald. This is Pokemon Emerald.
Yeah, this is Pokemon Emerald as a ROM being run through the Poke MMO client. So it's a multiplayer client that is running the ROM, essentially.
So it's a little bit more graphically pretty. I did it! Yatta!
Huzzah! Let's have a blessing from the gods for Cog's
That took me a while.
wonderful achievement.
That just was the boss, right? Just to be clear.
The gods bless us.
Gonna have to walk around the corner and then have to fight someone else.
I'm pretty sure that was her. If there was a Mighty Inya in the party and the Sharpedo, then that should have been the boss.
I did the thing.
You did the thing,
The potions
buddy.
definitely helped.
Buddy, you did the thing.
Oh, I did the thing!
You should be
Now I
very
gotta
proud of yourself.
get to you. Okay, want to do a challenge? Question mark.
Oh, a challenge.
A challenge.
We're currently already doing challenges, so I'm very very happy to hear the challenge. But just so you know, we are already doing challenges. You can say what your challenge is if you like.
My challenge is to play through all the Pokemon games that we can through the multiplayer.
I mean, we're going to play through
so
all
we
of
have
them,
access.
but for the moment,
Yeah, we're going to play through all of them.
we're playing through all the ones that the
with
client
the
allows.
Pikachu in my party for every single time. So I have to
Which
pick up
is
the Pikachu
which is
and-
the most handicap.
It's my first playthrough of Emerald and all the Pokemon games. I played a little bit of Red when I was younger.
Oh, Fire's still here.
Yeah, Fire's still here. Fire was like
Just in the
giving me,
background.
like, just saying things.
Oh,
whilst
giving
I was,
you
like,
hints.
Sort
Ah!
of. She was like fighting rock, grass, or electricity, and then water dark, which I think was in reference to the Sharpedo.
Yeah. The Sharpedo.
Demonetized. Well, just so everyone
Catholicized.
knows, this is a 18+ stream with dark humor, especially when your artist is around. He doesn't know how to hold
Hey.
his tongue.
Be right back, gonna get a drink. Oh, good.
Oh,
I could
pushed
use a
the rock
drink.
into the hole.
Given that I'm
I
not
guess
working
not
for the rest of the
supposed
week.
to go that way.
Oh, is that an awesome lurk emote? It is. That's awesome. Definitely gonna have to subscribe now. I need all these emotes. All the emotes.
Catch a Pokemon challenge. We can do catch a Pokemon challenge. You can actually buy Pokemon off other players in this as well.
Sure can.
Unfortunately. But yes, we are happy to catch Pokemon. In fact, we name our Pokemon after people. So if you have a particular Pokemon in mind you'd like me to add to my lineup, to my box, and have named after you, I think General Pokefan would be an interesting name to give a Pokemon to.
Yep. Or general fan. Pokey
General
fan.
fan. Actually, I think that would be a fun name for the Tropius, because, you know, it has that, like, leaf fan effect.
Yeah, a little bit. The sight of Juan conducting a battle. The very beauty of it compelled me to become a trainer. Okay.
So
Chill
wrong
out,
up.
Lady
I did.
Daphne.
That's alright. Because I have finished, so I don't need to get up there, really. That was probably just extra content that I'll never see now.
Which bit?
The bit where I pushed a rock, where I wasn't supposed to push a rock.
Ah, yeah. Self-care, everybody. Make sure you are looking after yourselves. Have something to eat, something to drink. Get some water. Take a rest if you need to. Take a break if you need to. Hey, everyone
You've got
caught
a
it.
list
Yeah, we did.
of Gen 3 Pokemon from this randomizer, and you've got a wheel. Okay. You spin the wheel, and it, like, picks a Pokemon, and it picked a Pokemon called Ralts. Nice.
Oh, you gotta get a
We actually have access to all, like, various other more Pokemon than what you would find in Emerald, because they're all connected.
Yeah, so how this works, if you've never played Pokemon MMO before, it basically, you put in the ROM that you want to play, and then you put in all the other ROMs that it supports, and it adds all the content from those games into the original game. So we're playing Emerald now, but we have access to Pokemon all the way up to, I think it's Black and White? So that's where we're at.
But I will put a
yeah.
Ralts on my list. Where do you go to get a Ralts?
Well, that's the trick. You've got to find it. There's a Pokédex. You can use that to try and hunt it down.
Is that the scary one? No, that was the ice one. The ice one was the
Ralts
scary
is a
one.
psychic fairy, I believe. Psychic Fairy type. It evolves into Gardevoir.
God of War. So it evolves into Kratos.
Yeah, it evolves into God of War Kratos, and Gallade, which is like a fighty blade boy.
Mighty Blade Boy.
Mighty Blade Boy. So my challenge, the one that I'm working through at the moment, is I can only use grass and electric type Pokemon. They are allowed to have a second typing, but they are only allowed to be grass or electric as one of their types. And I have to have this specific Pikachu, this one here, which is just so annoying through the entire playthrough.
Normally we have a battle at the start and the end of every stream, but we've been
you were
lax
struggling
on that because I've been struggling to get through this, and he's been beating me up every time.
Might have.
I was winning a little bit there.
You were doing pretty well for a while, and then I'm
coming back.
And then I jumped ahead.
The thing Pikachu stands on looks like Gen 5. You mean over here in the corner?
Yeah, so like I said, all the ROMs are in this, so I think we both have black as the ROM.
Oh, in the battle, right.
Yeah, as the ROM we're using. And then we've got Fire Red, Leaf Green, Emerald version, and Silver, or at least I've got Silver. And then one other, probably Platinum. And it takes aspects from each of those games. So it takes the visual assets, it takes the move sets, it takes some of the stat things, and it basically just reorganizes everything. So the game is a little bit harder because it changes some of how the stats work, and it changes some of the level caps.
But also easier,
and it puts in a level cap.
It's easier. It's harder, but it's also easier because you can buy potions easier. You can, work with your friends a little bit. Like, obviously, Artist came down and just dumped a bunch of potions on me to make my struggle a little easier.
Yeah.
Which maybe I wouldn't have done if we weren't trying to play through together. Like, maybe I would have just kept smashing my head against the wall, stream after stream.
Yeah, but do you want to just keep smashing face forever?
Not really. I think that I lose my passion for it after a while.
Yeah.
I'd have to be, like, really, really invested in beating this specific game to be...
Yeah, and I think if we weren't playing through it together, you probably wouldn't have the same passion. In the same way with, like, Sea of Thieves, unless we play together...
I'm a social player. I need that social element. But not always. Like, there are certain games that I will, like... I played Red Dead Redemption 2, and there were some levels there that I was struggling with, and I just kept smashing my face against it, because Red Dead Redemption 2, I wanted to get to the end of the story and finish it.
Fair. Alright, what's the pattern on this one? That way?
And I do recommend Red Dead Redemption 2 for everyone.
Okay, got it.
It's a good game.
I still have not played that. I need to,
You haven't played the first one yet, though, either, have you?
I have not played... Yeah, I haven't played any of them. I need to do that. I do already know the story, though. I have kind of ruined it for myself. Or at least part of it.
There'll be plenty there for you to gain out of it, even if you know the main story.
Yeah. Alright, Jim.
Like, I had it spoiled for me, and it still hit me really hard. Like, when I was, playing the game.
And then my next challenge is going to be water... What did we say? Water steel? Water something.
I think maybe psychic.
Water psychic? I think we still hadn't decided the second typing.
I hadn't fully settled on the two typings that you had to do.
Yeah.
But we know that I get to pick them, so...
We get to pick one of them. Water has to be one of them, because I need to be able to pick a starter. So that's going to have to be one of them regardless.
Wait, are water the only starters that you can have?
Well, there's fire, grass, and water, and I've done fire and grass now. So
Are they wait? Are they just only one typing?
they
Like, is the
start
water
as
type
one. They
only
start
water?
as one typing. So I could have technically, what's Gen 4's typing end up as? Because it's, I think it's water steel. Let me check. Let me
Run
check.
out of energy, and I
Yeah.
can't use my potions, so I'm
Pokemon.
just gonna smash face to like lose all my Pokemon and go back to the Poke Center. This ain't no Nuzlocke. This is just the first
Sure ain't.
playthrough.
It sure ain't. Sinnoh.
I don't think I've got the knowledge and intricate understanding of this game to play it in a Nuzlocke. Though that does sound interesting. Like it's a fun concept.
I would love to play through a Nuzlocke. I just don't know that I have the commitment because it takes effort. The three starters are Turtwig, Chimchar, and Piplup. So Turtwig is the grass type. It becomes a grass ground. Chimchar is the fire type. It becomes fire fighting again. Piplup is a water type, and it becomes water steel. So I could do steel and something else, but I think I would rather do water and then a second typing. Having my starter be water steel means I probably shouldn't go with steel, because then I've already got that covered as a typing. But given that you're picking it, you can do what you like. But I've already done fire flying, and I've done electric grass, so we shouldn't do those ones
I
again.
am not sure what all of that is there, General Pokefan. That's some coding, maybe? I don't know. Like, that's a bit weird.
Let me have a look. Where's my multi gone? Oh, it's so far up in the chat.
Reggie Rock Anime Cry on.
On.
No idea.
Those are hieroglyphics.
They look like hieroglyphics.
It's the Regirock anime cry. Okay.
Oh, it's supposed to be like a big old emote, and it just came through as like code.
The Regirock copy paster.
Yep, Pikachu's about to get knocked out.
Fair enough.
I don't remember the way home, so I'm just letting my Pokemon smash themselves against tentacles.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And there's no way I'm going to make it to the gym by the end of this stream. So. But at least I defeated the like thing that's in my way getting to the gym.
Yep.
Right.
Well, about that, there's another thing you then have to go and do before you can actually get into the gym.
What's that?
Well, there's a whole nother section, there's a tower that you've got to go to.
Tower.
Yeah. Tower!
The tower. Is it a tower or more like a steeple?
It is. No, it's more like a tower.
More like a tower?
It's not really
Thank
a
you so much for the follow, General Pokefan. You'll find that we play a bit of Pokemon here, most of the time once a week. Sometimes we, like, take a break.
Oh,
Well, we took a bit of a break.
Trophy has
there.
hurt itself in confusion. Fucking rude.
We also play other
Trophy's gonna
things, and we
die.
do art, and then we just generally talk a lot of shit.
Yeah, we
so-
do talk a lot of shit. Welcome back, Hexmondet.
It's a cool name, though, Hexmondet.
You'll have to tell us what you prefer, Hex. Just Hex, or how you prefer pronunciation.
Thank you. 'Tis the quenchiest. Have a quench, artist.
Thank you, thank you. Hex is fine.
Alright.
For peeps who don't know me, given that we do have some slightly newer people in the chat, there is some information about me. I am TheNewWorldArtist. Artist, educator, storyteller, variety streamer.
It is the quenchiest. And for
Do a
those who
whole
don't
bunch
know
of stuff.
about me, I don't have an alert for that because I've got an About Me section. I'm old school.
I also have an About Me section. I'm just that extra.
Just that extra.
If you would, down in my About Me is the extension for the game. So if you want to buy extra Pokeballs or whatever, you can do that down there.
Artist does have like a little mini game in the background of his chat.
Sure do.
So I'll give him a shout out right here. If you're interested in playing his Pokemon game.
I'm just
He's also the
being
Pokemon fanatic
obliterated.
out of the two of us. He's got tattoos and everything.
Sure do.
I do have some Pokemon
You're on your
merch
phone right
and
now.
have really leaned into my love of Pokemon. I used to enjoy the anime quite a bit and binge watched it recently too. And I have made over 1,000 origami Pokemon Pikachus. Why did I say Pokemon Pikachus? Are there any other kind of Pikachus? I've made over 1,000 origami Pikachus.
Hex, if you want to copy and paste that, and then change the 1 to whatever you want, you can actually do it through the chat. But it is up to you.
I've also made a Gengar, which I have right here.
Gengar.
Fortunately, I had cats that tried to nibble on my Gengar. It's my little origami Gengar for
Kiki.
everybody. Please do enjoy.
All right, I don't.
Never,
I don't
never
think
say
that we
anything
go
like
into
that again, artist. That's disturbing.
What?
I might have to write you up.
What? You what, mate?
You fucking what?
What do they cost? So the game has an in-game currency.
You're an in-game currency.
And I think the Pokeballs are like 600 of the in-game Pokecoins. You get coins for catching Pokemon or just watching a stream that has the game running. So it won't cost you like bits or actual money or anything.
But if you'd like to donate actual money,
Oh yeah, wow! If you're welcome, I have a Ko-fi down the bottom, and I have a thing.
yep,
And
you can
blah,
get
blah,
him
blah.
a coffee. He loves coffees. They're his favorite.
Ironically, no. You're an in-game currency. Yeah, absolutely. There you go. Thank you, Fire. Pokeballs are 300. Great Balls are 600. Ultra Balls are 1,000.
Alright, I finally get to go back to the town. Oh, hello. I've been gone for a while. You could say it's been a while.
It's been a
since
while
I've been
since I've
here.
been here.
Yeah. That's the only part of that song I know. Alright, where is this tower? Excuse me, Mr. Don Brocco. Could you tell me where the tower is, by chance? No?
The tower is in Route 130. But you do have to go to the town first to talk to the people to get them to move out of the way.
Town. I'm in the town.
How do you know how much you have? That's a good question.
You never know what you have till it's gone. That's the trick.
Yeah, that's it.
So who do I talk to in this lovely town?
There should be some people
are a few
standing
people.
right out front of the gym. And then once you've talked to the people right out front of the gym, there's a thing at the back that you have to go into. No,
there's nobody
something
outside
cabin.
this gym. I fought this gym.
She's on phone fire, so she can't look down there.
I'm in the right town, right?
Sutopolis?
Moss Deep?
Sutopolis City.
Oh, how do I get there?
Good luck.
Damn it!
It's underwater. You have to go underwater to get here.
That's a lie, right?
No, that's legitimately how you get there.
Ah! The beat up tentacles again?
You just blob about. That's fair. Yes, beat up
Alright, give me a
tentacles. Come on.
I'm gonna go change my pokey loadout to just be a tentacle bash.
Go Machinana.
You're watching Pokemon Series 6, the original Pokemon? Series 6? Love a bit of Pokemon.
Pokemon is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Ba, 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 ba.
Ba-bum, bum.
Ba, 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 ba.
Ba-ba-bum, bum, bum, ba-da-dum.
Bastard. Alright.
This second box here used to be my Pokemon box until Artist beat me and took all my Pikachus.
So I cleared it out.
Okay. Just taking them.
Rip.
I think my party is somewhat appropriate. I'm not going to get rid of my Combuskin because I want it to catch up in levels. Is a little bit behind the times.
Behind the times.
Mm-hmm.
Feckin' Max Potion. Max Potion.
And I should know because my name is Max. Ding!
Alright, is this the run, do we reckon? Yeah, let's do it.
Also, another handicap Artist has throughout all these Pokemon games is me. I am his handicap.
You're hardly a handicap at all. That's ridiculous.
There is hardly a handicap. So you admit I'm a little... you admit I'm a little bit of a handicap.
See what I did there? I'm funny.
I knew what you did there. Funny
Funny joke.
Funny joke.
Nah, you're not a handicap.
So I have to go up. So go from Moss Deep.
You go, you go across and then like to the left and then down. And then as you go down, instead of going to the right, which is how you would get to the underground cavern where Team Aqua was, you go to the left instead, and there's a big ring, underwater ring, and then there's a cavern at the bottom of that, and that takes you up to the city. Alright.
Grass was supposed to be good against water. Why is it just a normal attack? This one. Cheeky, cheeky. already thinking I'm gonna need a couple of things to like keep the Pokemon at bay. What are they called again? Repels.
Repel, yeah. Just restoring my entire party while this Kingdra smashes face against my Magneton.
That Magnemite is a pain in the bum.
Hey, it's great.
That's a problem.
That's why I have it.
Hey, you go first. What the? You're a basic bitch Tentacruel. You shouldn't go first. Demand a refund.
Oh, that was too funny. You're a basic
still going
bitch
first,
tentacle.
You're a basic bitch Tentacruel. You
wasting
insult.
a lot of potions.
Straight. You insult straight from Cognitive Bard.
Cognitive
Would you
Bard.
like to use vicious mockery at will?
Become a bard.
Buy insults
today.
from Cognitive Bard.
Buy insults.
That's gotta go on the list.
Yeah, put it on your list.
No, you've made the list. I was gonna get you.
My
I was
list?
gonna get you to send. Yeah, I was gonna get you to send me.
Vicious mockery.
was gonna
If
get you to
you have
send that.
ideas for ridiculous ads,
fake ads, real
Fake ads that you
Yeah.
want us to do.
In between our streaming and ridiculousness, and sometimes whilst we're getting ready to start up, we'll run some of these crazy ads.
Yeah, so it'll be like our be right back screens and our intros and outros and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Randomly just throughout.
Sometimes just because we can.
Yeah, pretty much. What bullshit is this? Hurt myself in confusion?
We definitely need
You
to
understood
parry
that
Frank
reference.
Walker from National Tiles. Just for the Victorians.
I mean, you can.
Hello!
Frank Walker, National Tile.
We are selling tiles at a special discounted price, but only for 2 weeks. Even though you're gonna hear this every freaking week.
By the way, we have a drinking game. Is it a drinking game?
We do.
Hey, there it is!
Hydrate/dehydrate game.
Yeah.
So,
Hydrate responsibly,
All
ladies and
hydrate.
gentlemen.
make sure you hydrate so you don't dehydrate.
So if you hear any of these references, you can join with us as we drink and you drink. We don't
What he
always call
said.
it out, sometimes we just do the hydration. So don't wait for us. Or call us out on it, because sometimes we forget. You're out of rum though. Why is the rum always gone?
Why is the rum always gone?
I am also out of drink, which is very disappointing. Cog's more of a rum drinker than I. I'm a vodka drinker.
Do you like rum? I'm a bit of a rum snob. Someone says my favorite rum is Captain Morgan, but I like Bundaberg as well. I get offended.
You are such a snob.
So
What a
Bundaberg
hipster.
Black Spice is palatable. Like you can drink it.
Palatable.
Not good, but it's palatable.
You're funny.
Hey, if you're allowed to hate on Obi-Wan, I can hate on rum.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Have you seen it yet, by the way, without spoilers? For,
The
those who
last episode I have not yet.
Yeah?
I was planning on
Ah.
watching it probably tomorrow.
There's gonna be some things that you're gonna hate, but I do
course.
want to hear you. I think there'll be a couple of good things. I think there's a few things that you'll appreciate.
I mean,
a
there's
little.
good things in everything. Like if you
Yeah.
try hard enough, you can find the good in anything.
Just really let the nostalgia tickle your fancy, and then you'll be all right.
I don't think I want the nostalgia to tickle anything. You only have vodka in the house and you can't drink it? Why can't you drink it? Are you not allowed, or is it something that... Is it one of those, what's it called? Like flashback drinks? PTSD drinks? Where you, once upon a time, you drank way too much of it, Is it
I
your
hear a lot of
tequila?
those. I hear a lot of those. I drank too much once upon a time, and
Once
now I
upon-
can't go back.
Vodka makes you super depressed. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, you don't want that then. Totally fair to leave it be. I'm really lucky. Vodka just makes me happy.
Vodka makes my stomach upset if I have too much, but I can get away with drinking a little bit here and there. Like I could have a vodka cocktail or two. I have experimented in my youth as to how much I can have. It does tend to make me sick though, and then I have to go and take a trip to the toilet. We theorize that it's that they tend to use gluten when they're like creating vodkas, and they put gluten back into it as well. Like, they get rid of all of the gluten and then put gluten into it.
Well, the distilling process is never perfect as well. That's the other thing with it. There'll be little hints of it. Alcohol does that, yeah. Alcohol does do that. Alright, I have just gotten myself the rain badge, which I am now attaching. So where's my puppy cam? There's my puppy cam.
I have bought a bunch of repels.
So,
Now, my
where's that rain
Pokemon
badge?
character can do what I do in real life.
So now we are 8 badges in for this generation, and there's our 8 badges from first gen, 8 badges from
I'll
third
wait till I
gen.
get my badges.
Well, you have to finish the games. I'm
Haven't I finished some?
considering buying them in bulks. Now that you've finished 2, I might just buy those 2 and give them to you. It will be slightly more
Well-
expensive, but it will
Ah, no, that's
it
okay.
will at
I'll wait
least be
then.
more satisfying.
Nah, I'll wait. It's fine. Get them all at once. Can't have you spending more money. I owe you money still, so
Why? You don't owe me money.
I owe you a lot of money.
What are you talking about? What you
So
talking
much
about, Willis?
So much money. Alright, I need to use the restroom. I don't know if anybody is actively listening in right now. That's a very weird thing to say right after I say I need to use the restroom. But there is a context to that. Words on stream! Words on stream!
Oh, that got me good.
Words on stream!
Yep, keep going, buddy. Save it.
We have a competition to attend to here.
Oh, that was good.
Was that good for you?
Oh, it was great for me. Thank you.
Alright, I'm gonna go use the restroom. Here's some words on stream. If you wish to win this audiobook, please do try really hard to get the high score.
Yeah. I will chuck the multi in the chat. Yeah. There's the multi. So feel free to. You're listening via artist stream. That's right. So if you click on the multi there, you can get into my chat, or his chat.
25 seconds to go before the words on stream starts. Good luck.
So jump over if you want to play. You're fairly good. You've never been drunk. What? Don't fancy throwing up, and you have memory problems anyways without the alcohol. Yeah, fair enough. You've never been drunk. Interesting. I mean, there are obviously people for whom that is the case, so, you know, lots of people in the world, so no judgment at all, but I'm amazed an Australian who has never been drunk. You've never been drunk as either, Fire. What? How did I not know this? Ugh. I'm surrounded by... No, that would be judgment. I won't say that. Hey! I am an alcoholic. Like, officially. I have been doing much, much better. Finger guns and awkward winks. Hey. My kind of person. Yeah, I had a history of very heavy drinking. I used to go out every Friday night and then occasionally Saturday nights as well. And I would drink in excess of about 30 standard drinks. and then stumble my way home, and then work and study, and then go back and do it all again. And that kept up for 4, 5, 6 years. And then I have now decided that that's probably not the best way to go about life, and my liver could do with a hefty rest. So now we space it out quite consistently. Lizzie Bell did also move me to the country, yes. So there's less opportunity to drink out here. Ironically, how am I still alive? I am English, Irish, Welsh, and Scottish. So I have the constitution of a horse, and I can drink most people under the table. In my heyday, back when I was drinking, I could drink sort of 15 up to 20 drinks, and I wouldn't really be drunk. Like, I'd be tipsy, I'd be getting there, but I wouldn't be, like, blackout drunk. It wouldn't be until we got to, like, the 30 mark that I would start to be, like, really affected and slur and stagger and stuff.
The winners for today.
Yeah. But it's not good. Don't be me. It's not a good look.
No, I was hanging out with a little friend last week, and they drink very, very quickly and can hold their liquor, but they're so small. They are such a small human, and I was so shocked. Like, I can hold my liquor, but they're just powering down the drinks. And I'm just like, hang on a second. Calm down. We don't need to, this is not like a frat party. We can savor our beverages here.
I mean, a lot of people drink to get drunk, so smashing them early and then maintaining is a thing.
But you can get drunk without just drinking the whole thing in one go. Like, you don't have to be... You can do something between being slow and being quick. You don't have to just...
But the idea is to plateau. So the idea is to drink a lot really quickly, get to drunk, and then hover at drunk. So like have like shots or like 5 drinks really, really rapidly. And then you have 1 drink every 20, 30 minutes afterwards. And that keeps you at that buzzed, drunk state. Or if you're like some of my friends, you drink a drink and you're already at drunk. And then you sip half a drink for the rest of the night. Hey, you reckon you can hold your liquor? You're Irish, German, Russian, English, and Polish. Yes. You are built to be a drinker.
Yes, but chaos is not.
Chaos is not.
So, just keep going left, right?
You should have that constitution. You've gotten tipsy and then fell asleep. Yeah, that's fair. So, where...
I'm in Lily Cove City now. That's backwards. That's not where I'm meant to
Lily
go.
Cove? Let me open up the stream. What have you done, Cog?
So lost again. The maps are very confusing, okay?
Maps are confusing.
Why am I being attacked by a...
Because you clearly haven't been this way yet.
tiny little swimmer named Grace? I've been this way, clearly I avoided her.
You feel the buzz after one Summersby's cider? Oh, you're adorable.
Summersby's is just like drinking soft drink for me.
Yeah.
Like, if I had a whole bunch of them really quickly, maybe I could feel like something really, really small. But it would be like that scene from the extended editions of Lord of the Rings.
Well, it's effectively like a beer, so it'd be like chugging a beer. You're a
Yeah,
D&D
Legolas
character,
is
you have a
slamming.
constitution
Thank
of like
you so
2.
much, Hex, for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Legolas is just chugging down drinks, glug, glug, glug. And he's just like, I think I'm starting to feel something. A tingling in my right hand. And then Gimli's just like, all this liquor, and then he passes out. Brilliant.
I don't know where
You
you
can't
are.
go back once you've watched Extended Edition. Route 124.
Well, Route 124 is not where you want to be. You want to be Route 127, I believe.
Alright, so hang on, let me go back to the Tentacruel. I swear to the gods, I will smite you.
So you want to get to Route 126, which is next to 127. That's what you need
Extended
to do.
Erector's Cut. Yeah. Oh my god, I love the bees. What is that? Like hex mode. Blip blip blip. That's very. It reminds me of Adventure Time. I love that.
Come
Come
along
with me
I want to rewatch
through
that.
the forest and the trees.
I don't think that's how it goes. Is it?
I say it is that it
With
is.
the butterflies and bees, we can wait.
We can do so in the forest
and
and do so as we please. In Adventure Time, my friends, we can go to many distant lands. La da 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 da.
Yes.
What am I to you? Am I a joke, your knight, or your brother? What am I to you? Do you look down on me because I'm younger? Do you think that I don't understand? I just wanted us together to play as a band. Last night was the best night I'd ever had. Even liked it when the two of you would get mad at each other. Oh, such good songs. You really vibe them. You
All right.
feel the feels.
I'm gonna come and look for you.
I'm sorry, I'm a failure.
Handicap.
I'm your handicap. Hurry, you left me behind again! Damn it! You know I need constant supervision!
Yeah, you do.
Otherwise I fall into cahoots with an angry dragon. Ooh, focus
Yeah.
energy.
Get that angry dragon out of here.
The user takes a deep breath and focuses so that the critical hit lands more easily. That looks kind of useless.
It
to
is
be honest.
entirely useless. It just raises your critical hit chance.
I don't feel like I used
Oh, I
that.
found a Pokeball. Might take some time for me to get to you.
Try not to waste all my repels. I think I'll just go back, because then we can start from the town.
Oh, I could just fly to the town then. That's
Oh,
what
that's
I'll do.
true. I got rid of my Pokemon that had the fly ability.
Cog.
Silly old me. Well, he's in my bench, so I still own him.
Cog.
I replaced him with Butterfree.
Butterfree!
Pop it. Hexmundet, do you have any Pokemon that you would like to be named after? Wait, did I say that the right way around or the wrong way? I don't even know anymore.
There
Would
you
you?
go.
No, I said it the wrong way around.
Would you like to be named after a Pokemon on
You
stream?
can get one from both of us. We will both name Pokemon after you.
It's a long and difficult process which involves legal documentation and talking to your local government to have your name changed. If that sounds like
I
too
believe
much
both-
effort, you can have one of the Pokemon named after you.
I believe both Artist and I have a Fire Like Chaos in our collection. You've been
not in
told
my
you're
party.
like a Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff, Jigglypuff. We can do a Jigglypuff. I don't have one of those yet, I don't think. I might do.
I probably do.
You probably do.
Right there. Jigglypuff!
Jigglypuff, jiggling
Hex.
all around with a little puff, 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 puff.
There you go. You are now a Jigglypuff.
Or a Snorlax. I do have a Snorlax if you'd like a Snorlax. Named after. So we
Well,
have a
I'll
Jigglypuff.
yeah, I'll do the
Artist.
Jigglypuff, you can do the Snorlax.
Woo! Woo!
Oh, is that the sound of a wild Lizzie Bell?
Dogs get dinner.
They have
Wild
not had
Lizzie
dinner
Bell?
yet.
You're just neglecting our dogs.
I am not. I just haven't done it
This
yet.
stream is sponsored by Lizzie Bell.
getting in trouble,
She
guys.
married an animal abuser.
Hey, what? How dare you? How dare?
You are neglecting your dogs, sir. I'm going to hell.
How dare?
We're getting in trouble for dogs sleeping or something.
Hmm?
Like a double word. Have I caught a Ralts? Not yet. I will look for one, but for now I'm just trying to find my way through. Like, I'm kind
Now
of
I have to
very
figure
rough.
out who's fire.
There's no way I can.
Because I know there is one.
There's no way I'm gonna be able to find a Ralts if I can't find my way around the town.
This is true.
But it is a challenge that I'm happy to take. I'm not
Who's
going to do
nice?
it at any particular time, but I will do it. I will happily find a Ralts for you.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Where is my Snorlax? Don't tell me I gave you my Snorlax. No, there it is.
That'd be funny.
Just like you beat me and I had to give you the Snorlax. on. Here we go. Hex. Mon. Det.
I mean, they can't have been that hungry because they haven't been bugging either of us.
That's not how that works.
They've both been
I
asleep on
forget
top
to
of
eat
you. There you
all
go.
the time.
Yeah, we literally have to force you to eat, I guess.
No way. You make it so... I did
Literally
really well today,
every
actually.
single day we have
I
to
did
force.
really, really well today. Thank you very much. I had
Speaking of-
3 boiled eggs.
3 boiled
when
eggs.
I woke up because I was like, you have to have protein when you get up in the morning. It's
Correct.
like a rule.
It
You
is
have
a
to
rule.
have some protein because your body needs protein, you know, and it needs energy. And I keep not eating anything except my coffee. And my coffee is good food, perfectly acceptable meal, but there's no protein in it. So,
Yeah.
I have my 3 eggs. 3 eggs. I don't have the Pokemon Twitch extension. No, that's Artist's thing. I have my other mini games. Artist has the Pokemon extension.
Yeah.
I do words on stream. We do word games over here.
Yeah, he's fancy with his word games. I've got Pokemon things.
We also
I'm a nerd.
have a chance to win audiobooks with.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had a coffee and I had 3 eggs.
I don't think any of these are actually named after fire.
You have a coffee and cereal. Cereal is breakfast. That's breakfasty. But I don't get up in the morning either. I'm really bad. Oh, thank you again. Yet another French 69. Yep. Nice, nice.
Nice.
It's the quenchiest.
Well, you haven't asked, Fire. I have.
How dare I
It's
think
either the
that's
it's either the
offensive.
Tropius, which is what's currently the only unnamed thing in my team, or you will have to find you one in my 3 boxes worth of Pokemon that I've got so far.
There we go. I have it right here from General Pokefan. General Pokefan. Coffee is breakfast because it provides enough energy. Get you through
No,
the day.
it needs nutrients. It needs enough
It has
nutrients.
Sustagen. Sustagen has nutrients in it. I put
Shinx.
Sustagen in my coffee.
It's
like a special chocolatey
Where is the
powder.
Shinx?
I basically live on coffee.
Oi!
And
What are you doing, Henry? Henrold?
but like I said, today I had a coffee and 3 eggs, and then I had dinner because it's Tuesday, and my brother and I do this little adorable thing where we make up like chili bean nachos. Classic stretch. Well, that means we have to stand up. Are you ready, artist? Are you ready? Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, it's good.
Stand and deliver.
Standing up feels good. Stand and deliver.
Those are your 2 favourites. Piplup. Okay, so, well, here's the trade-off then. Next round, you will be named as the Piplup because that'll be my starter. And I'll see if I can find you the Shinx now.
I mean, if you beat me in our next battle,
I
I'll
was
give you my
sure I
Shinx.
had one. Did I give you
I'll
a
give you
Shinx?
mine.
Is that mine?
No,
I'm sure I had a
maybe.
Shinx.
Pretty sure I caught my own one, so
Okay.
like I do distinctly remember catching my own. I'm standing Moss Deep City, by the way, on a corner there.
Okay, I will be there very shortly. Lux.
No rush, we're just vibing.
We are
getting the
just
vibes
vibing.
up,
Getting that vibe check.
getting the vibe check.
What's its... So it's Shinx, Luxray, and... You doing Platinum next? Best Gen? Luxio. Yeah, okay, so it would come up if it was there. I must not have
I'm
one.
happy to throw up
That is
another words on
weird.
stream while I wait for artists.
Okay, I'm gonna have to catch one. Or find one.
One more words on stream. So the way this works is, if you win, you can get on the board. Essentially, if you win whilst the
Get on
winner
the
book
board.
marker is up, get on the board. Get on the
Get on the
beers,
board,
beers,
board,
get on the
board,
beers,
board.
Get on the beers.
Alright, we're gonna buy a Shinx.
To win this audiobook, you do have to have Audible. If you don't have an Audible, I can wait a little while until you get one, but I won't
Little
wait
while.
forever. So if I poke you a couple of times and you never come along and say, "Ah, I don't have an Audible," well then I'll just give it to the next person. So here we go. We're gonna reveal it at the end of this month, and then we're gonna start again with a new book. We'll let one of my friends choose. 'Cause this is my favorite book. We'll let one of my friends choose a book we can throw on the list.
Alright, here's a good middle of the road. We're buying this Shinx. We're gonna name it after Philo Chaos.
Wahahaha isn't a word, Chaos. You just type in words. If you see a word there, type it in.
Type in the
However,
chat.
you do get like a short lockout. So as soon as you get a word, there'll be a short lockout. So your name has a key symbol on it. So you'll now need to wait till the key's gone, and then there you go. You can now retype your word, the one that you got second there.
Fire Lycios.
There you go. There is still going to be plenty of chances to catch up because I do a few of these every stream, and if you're hanging around while I'm running one of these with the winner book on. We go,
Right,
Noel.
there
Yep.
you are.
There's okay. As we can see, there's a couple of big words there too. We've got like a really big word, like 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's such a big word.
Such a big
Wink
word.
along.
Seven
Alright, I'm
letter
gonna be
word.
right
There
back,
is a seven-
ladies and gentlemen.
There is a 7-letter
Enjoy
word
words
here.
on stream.
You can get that 7-letter word, then you will have a heavy lead. But the timer is almost up. Ooh, is someone gonna get the big word? Warning! Well done, Hexmon Det. Well done. Well, that is definitely you on the board. Congratulations. Well, artist is AFK, we might do one more. Well, that's awesome. We need more people that are good at these games. We love these games. There you are, you're on the board now. We're going to go ahead and restart it. Round 2! While we wait for artists. So we don't have any 7-letter words this time. This time I think it is a 6, yeah, 2 6-letter words. Our scoreboard's getting quite big, so I'm going to shrink it a little bit. The sonogram is stupid. I know, right? I see a word. I see a word. I'm not going to take it. I could. The way it works is if I take words and I knock people off the board, it just stops people from from gaining a point on the board. Ream is totally a word. Congratulations, Chaos. You have now taken a lead over Clinically Thick. Which is good because, as far as I was told by Clinically Thick, he's not actually interested in the audiobook. Then again, I'm not sure if you would listen to an audiobook either, given that you're a librarian. Librarians tend to prefer real books. Free streams. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Well, if you don't want the prize and you win it, you are free to pass it on to somebody else. Oh. Us and I are having a little stare down here. Our characters
To
are
live
just having
elsewhere,
like
Henry,
a
if you're not.
Good.
epic
I do.
stare down.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome to Hogwarts.
Welcome to Hogwarts. He's right, you know. Those are words that Artist has to say often to his wife.
Well, she's going to be a doctor
Or about-
soon, so I won't have the upper hand at all. She'll be like, "Well, I'm a doctor, so I must be right," and then any argument we have is finished.
Do you have a master's?
I don't. I have 2 bachelors.
She's already got the upper hand.
She does already have the upper hand. Yeah, talking about you.
That being
already got
said,
the upper
I'm a
hand.
doctor, so I must be right is definitely not a fair statement because there's so many doctors that are very wrong and have caused so many deaths and so many issues and complications because of that statement. So
Yeah, but saying that you're an expert in the situation, therefore you know, is a little different to, I'm a doctor and therefore I'm always right. But yeah. Alright, are we heading off?
I'm ready. Let me just get a rappel set up. So I dare say that it is better to
It's better to
show
love and
just-
have lost
It's better to love and have lost.
than never
Have
to
you
have
tried
loved at
it?
all. Have I tried it? Yes. I'm married.
You lost? Well, that happened quick. You've only been married a year. Already.
No, I've loved.
Hate each other. Already in an unhappy marriage.
No, I've loved.
And lost. That was the sentence. And you said yes. I've tried it.
Oh yes, I have loved and lost. I have done that as well.
Oh, okay, good. Well, good.
Good.
But
How
I'm
dare you, sir?
Where did you go? You disappeared for a second. Hello, sir.
Hello.
No, but what I was saying was it can be quite a dangerous statement to say, I'm an expert and therefore my opinion is the most valid. Like, it is generally true, but just saying that
Generally
just saying that I have an expertise in this area doesn't necessarily mean that I am right in the area.
No, not necessarily always. However, the caveat to that point. Oh, I've led you astray. This way. This way instead.
And that of course was just before you. That of course was just a rebuttal to the idea that the
Yes.
expert always has the floor. 'Cause
The final say.
sometimes, yes, because sometimes it's not always the truth.
This is true. However, the expertise would be based on data. One would hope, because that's how you get
Yeah.
the expertise.
The expertise, yeah.
Feel a true expert would not say that they are an expert, for they have far more to learn in their field, and so much they don't know.
Depends on the expert. There are lots of people that are really, really clever and are very happy to tell you how clever they are. The Tony Starks of the world, if you will.
Tony Starks of the world.
Or the house.
So, for example, there is an endless sea of art things I don't know, and there is a lot in art and art making that I don't know how to do, but I would still call myself an expert in art because I've studied it at a university level. I've taught it to all levels of people, from children through to adults. So I would say that I have an expertise in that. I can definitely be wrong about things. So.
I dare say you're an expert in, religious history as well, but you're damn close to it. But still, there are plenty of things you don't know about it, and there's plenty of, nuanced conversations to be had.
Yeah. Well, even amongst experts, there's things that people disagree about. So, all right, we're here. Dive.
Dive. You wouldn't listen to an audiobook you'd like reading, but you like these games because it keeps your mind active. Reduces the risk of Alzheimer's. That's true.
Yeah. Brain training is very important.
Connect to the story. You can connect to the story more when you read it. Yeah, that's fair enough. As for you, there's a disconnect with audiobooks. That's fair enough.
So we both have dyslexia, to varying degrees, and I think we both have ADD.
Looks like I might have it. So
yeah, my mum claims that I was diagnosed, though I don't ever remember actually being diagnosed. I've been diagnosed for dyslexia and some other things, but
I do enjoy reading, but and I've also got arthritis that gets in the way of reading as well, because reading for me is a thing. You have to sit and hold different positions with the book in your hands. Whereas if I'm listening to an audiobook, I can lay back, I can be clicking my neck, I can be exercising and listening to the audiobook.
I often drive and listen to audiobooks because I do a lot of driving.
So I really, really appreciate them for so many reasons, and it depends on who's reading them as well, because some of them can have very dry deliveries that aren't very good. But if you've got a good narrator that can really bring the book to life, I think audiobooks are great.
I'm struggling through one at the moment.
It's the one about the Edda?
No, that one's actually pretty good. I'm struggling through The Triumph of the Moon, which is... I'm doing it as part of a study of mythology, because I'm also a religion teacher. But I'm studying the origins and development of paganism, witchcraft, and Wicca. And the person who is reading it is not the author. It's someone else, and they just have such a... It's so monotone and inflected. It's very, very difficult to sit through, especially because it's a lot of complex topics and complex terms, and it's linking disparate things together.
Welcome to the book where we explain the history of Wicca. A very remarkable thing to
it's even worse
about.
than that, because it's tonal, but it's inflected. So every sentence is a question, and every point is accented at the end, and that's the entire book. And it's oh god.
There's so many disorders that are overdiagnosed nowadays, though. True, but also a lot of disorders that are underdiagnosed, especially in women.
And there's also a lot of diagnosed disorders that just are very prevalent in the world. I don't think we treat all of them very well. As the other
or misdiagnosed. That's true. Well, they went through phases with me when I was a kid. They thought I might have ADHD, which it looks like I probably did, because if I had it then, probably why I have it now. But they think now that I might have ADD, so I got a pretty high score on the test that they gave me, but I need to, pay for a diagnosis, and that's expensive, so it's hard to get. But I definitely have autism, and I might have ADD. Artist might have ADD, but doesn't have autism.
I do not have autism.
But he does have post-traumatic stress syndrome.
Sometimes.
And I have that too, so
Hey.
you can relate.
People call you an animal expert and a dog expert, but you do not believe that you have the knowledge level to be an expert despite the education you've had in it.
Yep. ADHD.
It's more about
Everyone,
people
it's like,
who say
your
they're an
kid wants to
expert.
climb a wall. Give him some Ritalin.
Yeah, that is an issue, and it was a big deal in America, I've heard.
And then it went through the autism phase where everyone had autism, and
Yeah.
yet somehow still females struggle to get diagnosis.
Yep. It's a pain. You're fairly well versed in that, Hex. I'm assuming you mean Wicca or mythology and witchcraft? Does depend on the reading and the book, though. Yes. Well,
Do you like
we can have a
religious
mythology
history
discussion, a
around here?
religious discussion another time.
We
if
always
you
do.
like.
We always do.
Yeah.
We were having one last night, and I asked some very difficult questions
Yes.
for us to answer, but also said some silly things.
Well, there's just a lot. It's a very
There's
expensive subject.
There's so much going on that it's hard for me to dig into everything that I've heard or that I know, and then sort through what is right and what is wrong, what
Yeah.
is half right.
I mean, that's essentially what, you know, if you study religion or mythology at any level, whether it's, you know, from high school through to academic university, it's essentially, or afterwards, like postgraduate things, it is essentially just what is true, what is made up, what is been, you know, half-truth that's been twisted by something else or stuck together with something else, and then working on, like, how much you take the authority of certain writings over other writings. Because, you know, most of the information that we have, or the proof that we have for certain things, is based on, like, one person's interpretation and writing of a particular thing that they witnessed. So, you know, how much stock you put in that as a historian or a theologian.
Don't put too much stock in your soup. Hey, I found you.
Hey! So now we just go up.
Today I was researching runes between the other stuff I was getting up to,
Runes.
specifically Elder Futha. So I was doing some reading on it, and then also watching some videos, because with, like I said, with a dyslexic style / ADD style brain, it's easier for me to listen to things, so having access to YouTube is great. Problem is, these are people talking about the things, so I need to make sure that their information is correct. So I then have to go and cross-check the things they've said to make sure what I'm getting is correct.
Which can be difficult, especially
Which
on
can be difficult.
the YouTubes and the
Well,
Googles.
I mean, reading things is the same basic problem. Is you'll be reading an article, but that was written by someone who's got no
well,
information.
the difference between, the assumption, depending where you get your articles from, if it's an academic source or a scholarly source, then it has been peer-reviewed and checked against at least some sort of academic rigor, whereas on the internet,
It's
there
harder
is...
to do with knowledge about magic, the magical uses of things.
Yeah.
Well, there is academic study for that, but it's still harder to find a straight answer, because there's a lot
Because
of
they like to
conflicting
come at it
academic-
from an academic perspective, so they don't want
And
to
it conflicts.
admit the spiritual aspects as much as the, or the metaphysical aspects as much as the practical
Well,
uses.
yeah, like one of the videos I was watching today, he's a YouTuber that talks about Elder Fuldark and Norse history, and then also he's a Welshman. I actually sent his video to you, but one of the things he was saying in that video was that Norse runes probably weren't used for magic all that much, that they're not a magical thing innately, but historically speaking, they actually were, and they're literally in the Edda. That's where they get their runes from a magical place in their myth. So runes did have magical properties to them in their beliefs, in their belief system. So it's not necessarily a correct statement to say it was just a system of writing, because it was clearly both.
Well, the discussion and argument around that, which is an interesting one in terms of its history, is
Jesus,
so the
that's a lot of-
Christianization of
So many
Norse.
magic art.
Yeah.
What are they gonna do? Splash me to death?
I mean, they have tackle.
Oh
They
no!
can eat you.
Tackle me? Ooh.
Yeah, but a lot of the conversation around runes, and specifically within sort of like Norse, Norse tradition, and then also the Norse sort of pagan revival reconstructionism, is there's a difference between how runes were kind of thought of and used historically, and then how some people use them today, and that the idea of like the runes themselves as being inherently magic and magical spells isn't necessarily historically accurate. The idea of the runes as spellcraft was that they were used to create spells. They literally like wrote out words or created bind runes, which were collections of runes together that made a spell. It wasn't that the runes themselves were the spell. But it was the collection of them together that spelt a word or a charm or something like that, and had some kind of intention behind it. But then there's a lot of people who have taken that idea and then just been like, well, the individual rune on itself has its own magical power and therefore it is the magic. And that's one interpretation you can take from the Edda, but in terms of its original language, the argument is made most often that historically it meant spell, not rune. They weren't talking about the rune itself as being magic, but rather the spell that was created using runes, in the same way that you might say words and that's a spell.
But the thing is,
but it's not the
runes
letters. It's not the
those
letters.
runes had something that they meant, that they represented, so they...
I mean, so did English letters.
Yeah, English letters are magical too.
Yeah, but each individual English letter is not magical in and of itself. Like, the letter C is not magical on its own.
There are some that would argue that each letter does have a magical interpretation behind it. Like, they each have a meaning and a representation that each letter,
not to the
something.
same degree, though. Like,
No.
there's people who are like, and
it's also
this is
because our
just
language is
the
more
historic.
bastardized
This is sort of
as well.
the academic argument. I think that individual runes do have some kind of power to them. So I'm not disagreeing with you, but in terms of like the academic argument from the Edda itself, the argument is that the rune is used, collected together to create the spell. It's not that the rune itself is the spell.
Magical.
In the same way that like the letter C is not a spell, but if you put other letters next to it and write curse and then put intention to it, then it becomes spellcraft. So you're imbuing power and using the power of words, power of language, to create an effect. But the letter itself isn't inherently powerful in and of itself. The letter C isn't automatically all the power of, I don't know, what's C associated with? Cats and cars and, boats.
Yeah. Though the Futhark, each rune is associated with like multiple elements or aspects.
Yeah, but that's what I mean with English language.
English letters individually now are not. We don't associate, like, we wouldn't know what.
But they
C
used
is
to be
associated with outside of the things the words that it makes.
But that's
like
that's sort of the argument, is like even in history, the English letters in their sort of proto phases they did have associations to the specific letter.
And you could write just one letter in
and have it mean something.
And have it mean something, yeah, because they were basically runes in their own regard.
In the early days.
I'm now here. You finished the gym? You got your badge?
Yeah, I got the badge. Can you get into the gym?
We'll see.
Or is there a man standing in front of it?
There is no man standing in front of it.
Oh, well, go in.
Nope, can't get in.
Okay. Well, come with this way then.
And there's the kind of conversations you can expect from us, just chatting about the history of runes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Today I was learning about the rune Fehu, or Fer. Can't say it quite properly in the Old Icelandic, but I did hear a scholar say it as Behu, so which is a wealth rune,
Mm-hmm.
and not wealth in the sense necessarily of like money and gold, though some people
Prosperity.
do associate it with that. Prosperity, and then cattle, but not necessarily in the sense of just cows, but
Yeah, it's prosperity and wealth abundance is another good word for
then
it.
the flip side of that is that it can mean possessiveness and greed.
Catch a Macago, don't mind if I do.
Lovely little rune. Very cool rune.
And so this is where the idea of like reconstructionism comes into play.
And we do have to fill in gaps sometimes.
Yeah, so there's
Um,
gaps of things that we just can't ever know, and then
And
there's
that's-
things
and
that
that's
we
why
don't know yet,
in
or
most
whatever.
spiritual modern pagan practice, a lot of it is about intent, because that's really the most we can do. It's very hard to learn everything about a subject matter.
I mean, it's still important to
with
try.
practicing. It's important to try. Yeah, I definitely agree with that, especially if you're going to try and, claim to be some kind of powerful individual with magic or something. You should learn about the tools that you're using,
Yeah.
and you should actively try and learn about your tools as you go. Hello there, sir. Who might you be? This is the Cave of Origin. Oh, the spirits of Pokemon becalmed at Mount Pyre.
Cave of Origin, I'm
said
pretty
to
sure
be
New South Wales
revived
won
here.
that last night.
Please leave. Oh,
Boom, boom.
okay. Is that it? That's the
Oh,
whole
do you
thing?
need to go and talk to someone else?
I don't know, you just told me to leave.
Did you not
I
finish
didn't
something?
touch the... You said there was a tower?
Yeah, we could go and talk to the tower. He should have let you in though. Alright, let's
You
get to the
sounded
tower.
kind of tired there. Yeah, there's a tower.
Yeah, there's a tower, buddy.
Tower. Oh boy. This city looks kind of cool though. It's like
It
it's
does.
made in like limestone,
Yeah. A marble.
marble, yeah. It's BT music. Do, 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 do. You know, at first I added it as a meme, but now I kind of like it. It's kind of grown on me.
Ridiculous.
It's just like alcohol or coffee. The first time you sip it, you're like, what's that shit? Well, actually, I always liked alcohol from my first sip. But coffee I didn't like from my first sip. With magic carps everywhere.
Yep. Endless magic card.
Guys, you really need to, fix your fish situation. You're gonna get attacked by Gyarados.
You're gonna get dragons. You want dragons? This is how you get dragons.
You want dragons? This is how you get dragons. You're gonna get angry dragons.
Yep. They're coming for you. Bow, bow, bow.
Do I dive again?
Yep.
Is that really the only way in there without flying?
Yep.
That's not very what's the word? User friendly? Oh. Another one of the little Chinchou. Got one of those now.
Chinchou.
Chinchou. That okay. No, artist, no.
No. No.
No.
It's just the name of the Pokemon. Don't be racist.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm watching you, buddy.
I'm watching you, buddy. You need to undive. Come up here.
I gotta finish fighting this Chinchou.
Come on. You gotta head off. All good, Hex. Glad you joined us. Hope
Glad
you
you
enjoyed.
joined us. We
I will
probably
have
won't
to
be
catch
around
one
much
of your
longer
art
anyways.
streams. Hopefully the network card fixes the delay.
It's almost 11 o'clock, so I think I'll get to this tower. I'll get artists to
Yeah,
get me
that's
to
a
this
good idea.
tower. And then maybe call it there.
Bee! Alright, let's spam bees for Hex.
Bees! But now that I've been to that town, I can, when I've got my fly ability, I can just
Yeah,
fly
when
back.
you've got your fly up, you should be able to just jump straight there. Bees!
Bees!
That's one of the best things that I've done on this stream so far, is set up the emote wall. Just so I can spam bees everywhere. It's great, isn't it?
Where'd you go? To the left? I'm so easily distracted.
Stop being distracted.
Well, these tentacles are very distracting. You have a good night too, Mondet. Miss Hicks Mondet.
Original run from the bees. Hi,
Hi,
Henry. How you doing? You being naughty?
I went to the left, so am I going the right way?
Look at you wiggling your whole body. So excited.
Can't read what road you're on, so...
I am currently on 126.
Okay, so we're in the same place still.
Yeah.
Just don't-
I went to the right-hand side.
Ah, damn it, I went to the left. Hang on. I haven't gone too far.
Hi,
Bow,
Henry.
bow, bow,
Here is
bow.
Henry boy. Giant head.
Oh, my combustion's changing.
Bup, bup, bup.
Oh yeah!
Blaziken.
Now I've got Blaziken with the
Blaziken
flippy
can.
hair. Who
Blaziken
can?
can.
The Blaziken. The Blaziken.
The Blaziken can.
The Blaziken can. And I've got
Blaziken.
Blazikick.
Kizzy, can, blazy,
a
blazy,
little bit
can,
less strong than any of my other attacks. But both of my fire attacks are special and none of them are fighting. No, sorry, this is physical, but still. I've got physical. That's fine. Artist, would you replace Fire Blast with Blaze Kick? Is that worth it, do you think?
Let me just Google Blaze Kick.
Blaze Kick has 5 points more accuracy. Does like a critical thing. Which looks interesting. Fire Blast. It does significantly more power. Like it's more damaging.
It has an increased critical hit ratio. It has a 10% chance of burning the target. 85 power, 90% accuracy. 10 pp. There is my Instagram. And
There
what are
is
you
his Instagram.
replacing? Fire Blast.
Which is pretty chunk as an ability. But it doesn't have that like critical thing.
So 110 power, but it's 85% accuracy and 5 pp. Honestly, the lower damage but the higher hit rate is probably better, especially if it's got the burn chance.
Burn chance is the
But is
same,
your
but-
Blaziken set up for special attacks or physical attacks?
Currently does mostly special. I have flying, the bounce, which does flying.
I
and
mean, it's
physical.
stats.
Oh, it's stats. Well, let me.
Can you see
Have a
that
look.
currently?
Yes. Yeah.
So what's
we wanna
higher?
look at
It's
the training.
attack or it's special attack?
We want to look at the trained stats, right?
Just its overall stats. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So on the second screen.
Attack is higher, 101.
Yeah,
Special attack is 93, so
I would go with the physical then, because you're gonna do more damage technically.
technically.
Technically, it's gonna hit more often, and it's gonna hit harder for
Harder,
the same amount
yeah.
of.
Hey, I found you!
Hey,
Woo!
we're going this way.
This way? Oh. I don't have to go very far to be off my screen, it's ridiculous.
Mhm.
That's how I keep losing you.
Yep. Bloody tentacle.
Bloody tentacle. Same thing.
Get out of the way.
Get out me car. Aww. What do you say to the haters?
The haters.
Talk to the bum.
To the
Talk to the bum.
haters.
Talk to the bum, because the face ain't listening.
Talk to your mum, because I ain't listening.
Talk to my mum, because I'm in her car, brum brum.
Get out of my car, because it's my mum's.
She got internet famous off that, like, pretty hard there for a little while.
What?
The in my mum's car person.
I do not know what
Were you just joining in for the accent?
Yeah, I was just joining in for the accent. I was just playing
There
along.
was I don't know if it was like Vine or the one that came before that,
Do it
but
for
she
the
made
Vine.
like the little clips and basically the same premise as TikTok, and her name was Trish Simmons, and she's got this little clip of her going, "I'm in me mum's car, brum brum."
Okay.
Cuts to her mum, like, trying not to, like, burst into laughter, but doing it the whole time. Being, "Get out me car!" And it just cuts back. It's like, "No!" And it's so ridiculously bad that it's kind of funny.
Fair.
And somehow she got super popular off of that.
Fair. I have never seen that.
Well, we're gonna have to show you.
Hello there.
Throwing it up in the memes when we're finished here in Discord, so if everyone else wants to go and have a
Shallow
look
there.
at some old school memery. Yeah, that.
Old school memory.
But not the oldest of old school memery, because that would be like the Numa Numa guy or some shit.
I mean, the oldest memory would be like the first image ever
Hieroglyphs.
sent.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like
On the
hieroglyphs or something.
Well, yeah, I guess it would. So, then the argument is, do you subscribe to the idea that like meme theory is just an internet culture, or do you take the global concept of a meme, which is
Well, there's two different. They're both there. They're both real.
Yeah.
They're both definitely factual, but there's two different kinds of meme.
well, so that's it. There are people
It's
who
just
say,
like,
well,
there's
an
two
internet
kinds of
meme
steak.
is just
There's a-
another type of meme,
There's a
or
meat steak and a piece of wood that you use to stick into vampire hearts. It's not quite that different, but
I
you
would
get
say
what I'm
like
saying.
burgers. It's more closely like burgers. So if you think of like a burger, if someone says burger, then you're probably thinking of like a cheeseburger, like a meat burger. But there are also chicken burgers, and there are also like veggie burgers or you know, burgers with
Yeah.
falafel in them.
With the basic premise being that they have a patty of some
Yeah.
kind of thing, usually a protein-based thing,
Yeah.
with
And-
some other condiments
Yeah.
into circular-ish buns.
Correct. And translating that into the idea of meme theory, that there is a theory called meme theory that existed before internet memes were a thing, and
A
then
replicated idea.
a very complicated idea, but kind of is sort of talking about and related to memes as a thing, but as a cultural phenomena, not necessarily as what a specific meme is. Like, not like, oh, lolcats, like that specific.
Lolcats.
But
Well, so
you could
that-
apply
that-
meme theory to, like, the concept of a lolcat.
like the global and historical idea of a meme is like the granddaddy to modern memery.
Granddaddy to yeah, pretty much. It's the development of an idea that is then passed from one group to another via like cultural norms. So like
And is
mythology is a
instantly
meme.
instantly recognizes. So anyway, I started blasting.
Yeah, pretty
By
much.
the way, I found out one of my friends has
Magnum
that
Dom.
tattooed. One of my friend has that tattooed on their thigh. They showed me
Really?
the other day, and I was like,
That's
"Holy shit,
awesome.
yeah!" Anyway, I started blasting. it's the fucking coolest thing I've seen in a while. That is
Every
some
every
pretty
time I
work.
think of that, every time I hear that meme, I instantly think
Anyway, I
of
started blasting.
Jim Darkmagic from Acquisitions Incorporated.
Not seen it.
So at PAX, Penny Arcade does a D&D game called Acquisitions Incorporated, and it's hilarious. And it's a long-running series, and one of the main characters in it is Jim Darkmagic, who is he's definitely a caster. He's either a sorcerer or a wizard, not sure which. And he has
Something in
has
between.
dual wands that he uses like pistols.
Anyway,
Like
I
arcane
started-
pistols. It's very funny.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blade. But yeah, but he's not a warlock. He's like an actual like full caster.
That's so insulting.
I,
to
s-
warlocks,
I say that as someone who has played and loves my warlock, but not a full caster because you get 2 spell slots. Doesn't count. It's like being a ranger. Yeah, you can get spells, or a rogue. You can get spell slots. It doesn't make you an actual caster. D&D fans in the chat just gonna be DMing me for years now.
Causing drama.
Yeah.
You're gonna get cancelled over.
I'm gonna get cancelled over warlocks.
You will.
I'm gonna get the whole D&D community is just gonna be like, right, cancel the New World Artist because he called warlocks not real casters. Ah!
Yes.
Change it.
No.
Where is
Stop.
it? Where is
Let
it?
it happen. Let it happen. Let it happen.
No, I'm not letting this happen.
Is it getting clipped?
No.
on my
My
stream.
song. My song.
There we go.
Let's ride this train.
this train.
Come on. Your warlock's bad. You should feel
Your
bad.
warlock's bad and you should feel bad.
Cancelled.
Inside jokes.
Yeah, excited when you move to Melbourne to become a professional DM? Get paid to like run D&D games?
I mean, that'd be pretty cool. Gotta says.
We should definitely make that a thing. Even if we can't find people to get us into it, we'll find a way to make it a thing for ourselves.
Oh, yeah. I had considered
Like-
being one back in Sydney until I moved out here and there was just no chance. But,
Oh, in Melbourne it's easy.
yeah, in Melbourne I definitely could do it. There's lots of opportunities. I could do it in Sydney.
Plus-
There's lots of opportunities there.
I quite like the idea of those
Less
tiny
so.
like goblin sheets that we're gonna build. So like small NPC sheets that don't have like a crazy heap ton of stuff you have to worry about.
Yeah.
That you can then just let your players sort of build on top of. It's a nice way to it's a system. It's not the only one. Obviously, building your character from ground up and having all of the options is also really fun.
I want to build a simplified version of, like, 5e, or find a simplified version of 5e, because
Well, like
it would
creating
be
character style NPC sheets.
yeah.
think
So like
already-
you have an NPC sheet, and like your caster has like maybe 3 or 4 spells that kind of more cantrip style, and then maybe 1 or 2 that are like big crazy spells, and then the same with like your martial characters. They maybe have like, you know, their regular attacks, and then maybe they have like a martial skill that they get to use like once or twice per encounter or game or whatever, and have that be a way to balance it so that each character has its own flavor, but they do sort of effectively the same range or possibility of like damage or versatility, and then just have people play like little NPC type characters over a series of games where it doesn't matter if you're picking up that NPC for the first time or if someone else is going to pick it up after you, it will still function exactly the same.
Yeah.
Alright, going down.
We'll be doing a bit with the goblin quests.
Well, that's exactly the concept of what those sheets will be.
But you have to go down, or like we're not diving down. Down.
No,
prices are down.
downwards. Not diving.
Down. Prices are down.
Down.
Prices are down. Yeah.
Down. Falling down. Oh shit. A wild horde of Tentacruel appeared.
Only had a Pikachu.
Emotional debt. No, I've got a Electabuzz. Who can discharge on them all. Wink. That was bad. That was bad. I should feel bad.
Too bad. Yep, I'm clipping
Lucy
that
Bell
by
in
the
the
way,
back
just
there.
so that everybody knows. Like, I'm gonna do that right.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Cog.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so anybody in the chat, feel free to clip things as they come through if you like.
Calamity!
Calamadan! How you doing, buddy? We're not going to be on for too much longer. If anybody has someone in particular that they'd like us to raid, do let us know.
Like
I was
perhaps
thinking
the
Cognitive
New World
Beard.
Artist. I win. I won that one.
That one was pretty close. I think we need a third
close.
party to judge that one.
You did. I said it like moments before you even spoke. What the hell are you talking about?
I said it at the
Woke up
exact
trying to
same
get onto
time
night
you
mode.
did.
Month of nights.
me.
Oof. Calamity's trying to get himself onto night mode.
Oh, buddy. That's rough.
Yeah, how is work going, by the way, at the moment? Because you're working with some more difficult people than you would normally work with, right? Like, you've got adults and stuff now, too.
Oh. Sharpedo.
Alright, over here we're going to have a clip. We're going to throw this into the clips section.
Oh, thanks.
Just going to double check it, because I think I've got this. It's perfect.
Team Legend is recruiting? No way. We're a team of shiny hunters and PvP
It's
players.
so beautiful.
No. Alright, keep going down, buddy.
Yes, sir. Whee! Oh no. You're enjoying it. It's tough, but it's good. I've had a few rough days, but mainly good. I'm really glad to hear that. I
Yeah.
appreciate your optimism. Dealing with it. Like a boss.
Like a boss.
Pardon me. Like a boss.
Oh, I think I need more magnesium, mate. Muscles are all fucked.
Magnesium.
Yeah.
Maybe I should get some magnesium.
It's not a bad idea.
Might help with my really sore muscles. Don't know how it would do with the arthritis, but it might help with the muscles.
Arthritis.
Trying to get back into the swing of going for walks and stuff, you know, hopefully that'll help.
Yeah.
Long
We just got
walks.
a brand new, very fancy treadmill,
Yeah, I
which
heard about
neither
that.
of us have
Fancy
used yet.
treadmill.
I've only had it for like half a week.
This
One
is
of
true.
those things that it's like just what rich people do. They buy all these things, they never use them. Fucking
I mean,
rich
we'll
people.
get around to using them, but
Said every rich person.
said
ever.
every person ever. It's all fancy and shit. It like connects to the Wi-Fi and has a little screen in it that like actually has video.
Oh, my Tropius just got knocked. That's unfortunate.
We bought it off a
The
man
people
who
you're
lives
working with.
in the country.
Ooh. Countryman.
Countryman.
Because we live in the country.
Countryman. In demand.
Hey, the man. The countryman in the man. Hmm. We thought he might have been gay. Where are you, buddy?
I'm fighting a tentacruel that's being particularly painful. The people you're working with at the moment have the more psychosis and personality disorders, yeah. Yeah, I remember you saying something along those lines. Psychosis is a hell of a brain drug. And a discharge all over it. Wink wonk.
Hey, hey.
My favorite New World Artist quote now. Also, I think you'll like in the welcome section for our Discord. The most recent message in there, just to welcome everyone in.
Oh, I've got to have a look at it.
You do? You do? Got it
Oh,
favorited?
beard stroke. Very nice. I like it.
Oh my glob! I gotta like that's it. I'm finishing off this pelipper, and then I'm eating a repel. I'm just gonna like gobble it down.
Nom 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 nom.
And I get it right. It's gobble gobble.
Gobble 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 gobble.
Gobble 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 gobble. Alright, let's deal off a bucket ton of damage to this pellet. Why are you going first? Ah, you failed. Aha, that'll teach you. That'll teach you for being fast. You fucked up, Pellet Ripper. Now you're dead. Or unconscious. I don't
You're
know.
done fucked up, boy.
You're done
Careful, you might
buggered up.
have to fight this guy.
Shouldn't have messed with the Pikachu blinders.
Pikachu blinders.
Pikachu fucking blinders.
Just imagining a Pikachu like casually strolling up, Pika-Pee, and then like pulls out a switchblade.
He's like hidden under their flat cap.
Yeah.
With a
Oh, look,
Pikachu
it's a cute
fucking
Pikachu.
blinders.
Oh fuck, it's got a knife.
The Pikachu fucking blinders.
We're a mess.
Yes.
So much so.
And I love
Drop a super
Oh.
repel. Alright, I won't get attacked now. Oh no! What? Are you super repel? No!
So
I want my money back.
it repels low-level Pokemon. So only
I
the
want my-
highest level.
It's a super repel.
Yeah. So only the highest level Pokemon in the area can get you.
This is fucked. My money back.
And the level of repel is just how many steps it lasts for, not what level
Yeah.
of Pokemon it gets rid of.
I knew that, but I just wanted to shout it's a super repel.
That's fair.
There's no more down to go. Do I go left?
So where have you gone? There you are. Yeah, go left.
Probably not that way. Ah! That's another one.
Huh?
Another one of them high level tentacles. Tentacool.
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 Finger guns.
Speaking of tentacles, I just finished watching Umbrella Academy Season 3.
That was not where I thought you were going with that. Speaking of tentacles, I've just finished watching some very interesting media.
What?
Some very, very interesting media indeed.
Ah.
Wink wonk.
Wink wonk. Season 3?
Season 3.
Ah. We have watched season 1 and 2. We're not up to
Loved season 1 and 2. Not a huge fan of season 3.
No, really. Okay, interesting.
It's not that good. Like I like the actors. They're all great. There's some nice moments in there, but just season 3 wasn't buying it. The plot was a bit messy. Time travel gets like that.
Yeah,
and I
time
thought they
travel
were
does get like
doing. I thought they were doing really well with the time travel for the first couple of seasons, and then we got to the third season. Things are getting really super complicated,
Hmm.
and they're
That's
just kind of
disappointing.
glossing over things, and it was disappointing. But it was not terrible. Like, there's some good moments. I freaking love Klaus so much.
Yeah.
Klaus is my spirit animal.
Yeah. Klaus
He's
is amazing.
basically me. He's basically me.
He's pretty you.
Yeah, just with more drugs.
Accidentally starting a cult, doing too much drugs.
I've definitely done the first one.
You've never accidentally
can't help
started a
yourself.
cult?
No, that's what I'm saying. I've done that.
Not trying hard enough.
Sometimes you just can't help yourself. You know, people want to flock, and you're there to help them flock.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Flocking.
Mm-hmm.
Such a flocker. Where have you
I
gone?
wouldn't know. I'm an adult now, an old man. I don't hang out with kids anymore. You hang out with kids though. You're a teacher,
Yeah,
so
unfortunately.
you can tell me what they say. Stop tentacrueling me! Stop it! Go away!
Do you want a refund on your repel?
It's not working. I just go away.
It's gonna take us years just to get to this tower. It's already
That was for
11:30.
the Siwas, wasn't it? When you said we got to get to a tower.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
knew it was
we-
going to take years because you've got to fight all the trainers as well as fight the like random.
Oh, I've been
shit
avoiding.
that spawns.
I've been avoiding the trainers.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to avoid all of them, unfortunately. There's
Well, I
still
better
a fair
quickly heal
few.
up
Anyway,
my
I'm gonna.
tokens then.
Are you out? I'm gonna try and run ahead and see if I can find the shortest route for you. Rapidash
me short.
escaped. That's disappointing. I do like Rapidash. A lot of my favorite Pokemon are fire Pokemon. I am an edgy boy.
You're kind of a very fiery person.
Yep, definitely.
Well,
I am
in a
like
particular
chaos.
way, like
fire.
quite passionate.
Like.
Quite passionate. You burn quite bright, like a fire.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
It requires heavy chemicals to put you out.
It sure does. A lot of chemicals to put me out. And I burn with the fury of 1,000 suns.
Oh, Jesus.
Tower. Sky.
You're a tower.
Uratal.
You're a towel.
Uratal.
Ooh,
Uratal.
maybe I can do just enough damage to catch this one. I need one of these. Don't kill it. Don't kill it. You killed it. Fucking hell, Blue Chew. You are letting the team down. Just like
Let the
always.
team down, man.
You are a fucking waste of space, Blue Chew.
Oh.
And I wish you were dead.
Oh. You heard it here first, folks. I'm gonna clip that.
No! No, you are not.
I'm gonna clip that.
No, you
Clipping
no,
it right
you
now.
will not.
Clipping it.
That was
It's being
mean.
clipped.
Don't clip that.
It's being
No.
clipped.
It was a mean joke. Don't clip it. You
Insta clip.
bastard.
Insta clip.
I'm curious about what it
Clip
I'll
my clip
bite
clip.
you.
Clip. Clippy clip clip.
Clip your nips.
Clip my nips.
Oh.
Love, love, a dub dub.
You heard your name. You did. Because you're an edgy boy. Fire like chaos.
That is true. Like Chaos is a bit of an edgy boy.
What? Yeah, you're like a pizza cutter.
Pizza. Oh, you got me hungry.
Mmm.
Pizza.
Oh, yeah. That'd
could
be
go for
so
a little
good
bit
right
later.
now.
And guess what? You know, if you lived in Melbourne, you could get pizza any time of the night.
I know. See, this is why we need to move to Melbourne. That
And
specifically.
even if you couldn't like order a pizza at any time of the night, because the only places that are open sometimes are Domino's, you could still
Hey,
get
I
a
would have
frozen pizza
Domino's.
because there's 20. No, there are 24-hour places that you can go and pick up a frozen pizza, and it's like 10 times better quality than Domino's. All you have to do is throw it in the oven for 5
But I
minutes.
like Domino's.
Get out. Get the fuck out of here. No,
Get the fuck out of my street.
You've just
I'm
lost
joking,
yourself
but
in
seriously,
fire.
what is that?
I'm significantly prefer like a wood fire or like a proper pizza. However, I also
It doesn't
like
need to be a perfect pizza, but Domino's pizza is made out of cardboard with like the scrapings of dirt on top.
I do prefer like a
And they go cold so quickly.
Pizza Hut
Pizza Hut's
or a
good.
crust pizza. Crust pizza is like peak fast food pizza. But I will happily have a Domino's if that's what's on offer.
I will. It sort of vaguely tastes pizza-like, so for that reason alone, if it's the only thing there, I'll have it.
It's kind
I'm
of like a
not so
McDonald's
prideful.
cheeseburger. It's not a burger. It's you know, it's shit, but it
Yeah,
tastes.
I
good.
still liked McDonald's cheeseburgers. They still taste like somewhat decent, and they hold their heat for a little while longer than a Domino's pizza does as well. When Domino's pizza goes cold, it's buggered. That being said,
You just put it
I
back in
have
the
a limited-
microwave, or you eat it cold because they are actually nice cold.
Well, I was about to say I have a limited amount of like pizza that I can actually get there. Like
This is true.
and
You are the
what they
glutton
have
free.
to offer me. Yeah, what they have to offer me in vegetarian pizza and gluten free is not very good. I'm sure that they have a couple of pizzas that are actually okay, if you can eat them.
You had us on in the background. You heard your name, and now you know that you missed something. Yeah, you sure
That's how
did.
it goes. No. Oh, super repels one off. Oh, is it up? Am I going the wrong way?
No. Keep going across a little bit more. I went up too early.
That's what she said.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's been a while.
oh,
Okay, so here. You go in
found
here.
it. I saw that you were here before on your stream, so I know I'm in the right place.
Hey.
I have been requested to add LTO Luca as a friend. No. I'm sorry, I'm not looking for friends right now. I just came out of a long-term friend relationship.
Oh. Who was your long-term friend relationship with?
I don't know, I was making shit up.
Ah, okay.
I was making shit up so that they would
Was
leave
it
me alone,
Jesus?
but they didn't. Exactly. I married Jesus.
You married Jesus.
Married Jesus.
You're a
I
bride
married
of
a man.
Christ.
I mean, we're marrying a man named Isaac Mendez, so.
Yeah, we are all marrying a man named Isaac. But that's all of us. That's like the entire
We're all
stream.
gonna be Mr. Mendez.
Mr. Mendez.
Leave him be. Did you say be? That is a Kawinky Dink.
Bees!
Because, as it happens, this stream is sponsored by Lizzie Bell. She is more than likely, potentially, possibly
Yes.
human.
No.
Oh, you hear that? She said no. She disagreed with being human.
You disagreed with being human.
I cannot hear the stream. I was giving great
Nailed it.
answers to cover all
Where's
of
the tower?
Did you go the wrong way?
options.
No, I'm next to the PC. Where's the tower? Do I just keep going?
The PC?
Yeah, the Poké Center.
No, it's back the other way. I'm at the tower. You have gone the wrong.
No! Twins! Not twins! Come play with us,
Wink,
Bart,
wonk.
forever and ever and ever.
Rather not.
No, twins are scary.
Red rum, red rum.
I'm sorry, Butterfree, but your
Butterfree.
life is going to be sacrificed for this.
Ugh.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Alright, if you come back this way... Did you go into the Pokemon Center?
Yeah.
Good.
Filled my Pokies up.
Cool. Because you will now be able to fly back there then.
Yes.
Which is good.
Just in case I get lost.
Yep.
Bobbit leveled up. We're almost at the tower. It's taking us some time. I hope you guys are entertained by us talking a lot of shit whilst we adventure.
Adventure! I should put exploration as one of the tags on the stream. Because that's essentially what this has been.
It was up. Specifically, I saw you disappear up a little bit, and then I was like, oh,
So,
did I go the wrong way? Should I go up? And then you said, nope, you're going the right way, keep going that way.
I went the other side of this rock and saw that it was cut off, and I thought I was too early by, like, a bunch, and I wasn't.
So you...
So I lied.
I was following your directions.
You were, and I lied.
I did the right thing. That makes me feel better, because usually I'm the failure here.
Hey!
I'm still the failure, but you're also a failure, so that makes me feel better about
Together.
We failed together. I made it to the tower! It's stream. At the tower. I will be exploring this tower next Poke Day, and then I'll be beating up the gym.
And I will be probably training up for the Elite Four.
Yeah. I'll fight them again. At least there's no Gary this time, right?
Gary. No, there's no Gary this time. I believe it's May. You have to fight May.
Good. May's a bit creepy, but Gary
Smell you later.
He sniffs you. He just sniffs you.
He does.
It's very creepy.
He enjoys it.
So, options for rating, we have the New World Artist.
No.
I think we should raid into him.
Boo!
Twice in the same stream.
Twice in the same stream. Oh my god! I don't think I can ever stream again.
After the things that you've said in this stream, I don't think you should.
Oh.
Anyways.
Oh, but there is Cognitive Beard, yeah.
Yeah, you could raid Mr. Beard.
So I've got pretty much all art streamers.
Seems appropriate.
There is
The New World Artist playing Pokemon Emerald 3 times in the same stream.
There's the Mower of the Lawn who's playing Pokemon Legends. There's James B. Barrow doing art stuff. There's
What
Buttery
is he doing?
Smooth also doing art stuff. Oh, I think we should do Buttery Smooth. He's drawing a Carnage with pastels.
Ooh, I don't follow him yet, so.
Do you want me
Carnage
to?
with pastels. Yeah, drop it in my chat. Drop
He's
it like
an English
hot.
sweary man, so I think you're
An
gonna
English
like
sweary man. We love that.
it. Yeah.
I don't know what kind of English. I was just putting on a generic English.
Yeah, wrong kind, but good enough.
Oh, okay. Different kind. What kind of English?
That's a good question.
You don't know?
You'll have to
It's
ask
your
him.
home. England's your home.
There you go.
Buttery smooth.
Buttery Smooth.
I might not have to ask. I can listen to his accent.
Yeah,
and
you
get an
probably just-
educated guess.
Alright, setting up the range.
But there is a lot of different English accents from a lot of different. It's like very, very mixed.
So if you are subscribed to me, ladies and gentlemen, you can copy my little rady-do that I'm putting in now. Otherwise, feel free to give Buttery some love. Some buttery love.
I'll be back tomorrow. Artist will be back tomorrow too, probably.
I will. I'll
But
be
he'll
doing an art stream.
and I will be playing with the Sin Man, the Cinnabon.
Oh, Cinnabon.
With
That's pretty awesome.
with Cynical, I'll be playing some Sea of Thieves. We were supposed to do that on Monday, but times didn't line up, so we're doing it tomorrow instead.
And I might
Don't know if I'll
actually be
back
able to
on-
raid you this time.
Or I'll raid you.
Or you'll raid me. You'll probably be going longer than me, though.
Oh, I don't know. You know, Cynical, he's a professional streamer, so he's got to, like, jump from game to game and, like, really manage his time. Like, he's
Fair.
proper up there. So if he stops, and then I'm like, oh, you know what, I'm done too. I might raid you first. You never know.
Raid showdown. Raid
'Cause
shady
I
lady.
can also start earlier than you, so.
Yeah, true.
But those are the planned streams for this week. If there's other streams that occur, that'll be great.
Yep.
Otherwise, we'll see you then tomorrow.
See you tomorrow,
Everybody.
guys.
Come talk shit with us some more.
Bye.
Catch you all later. May the whale oil come, the whale, it came and came.
Gotta relax.
This